I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
Did you know that 86% of all patients who have their braces removed eventually have teeth that shift back? I'm Dr. Douglas Durbin of Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign. Our exclusive permanent retainer will keep your teeth straight for the rest of your life. And it's because it's worn behind your teeth. No one will know you have it. Tell your family dentist you want a smile that lasts a lifetime.
Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign offers complete monthly financing. So call Doctors Durbin, Morris, and Garner today or visit kyortho.com.
Some things never change. Like the sound of pads crushing against the equipment, the feel of cleats on fresh-cut grass, or the deep rest from a full practice. Another thing that never changes, the feeling of relief when the whistle blows for break. And the savory snack to go along with it. This is a moment to remember. This is a Minkey moment.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
I used my credit cards over the holidays, and I thought I could make it work. But between the bills and everything else, I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson, Sims & Kermode. You can have a brighter future away from debt.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. In Lexington and now in London.
Did you know in addition to education assistance, UPS now provides housing for qualified employees through the UPS Kentucky Living Options and Opportunities Path, also known as UPS Kentucky Loop. You can work part-time in Louisville, go to school at Jefferson Community and Technical College, and receive housing for up to 2 years. Earn a degree or learn a trade. It's up to you. Loop benefits are available to those who live outside the Louisville metro area, whether you're just starting college or going back to school. It's time to get in the loop. For more information, visit upsjobs.com. That's upsjobs.com.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the farm here at Douglas High School for high school football tonight. The Minkey Beef Jerky high school football game of the week. Gary Ball with, of course, Mike Meehan, William Warfield, and all the guys here on PrepSpin. We got it covered for you here tonight. And this is as a state championship implications. Douglas comes in ranked right behind Louisville Male in the 6A. Scott County was number 3 or 2 in the state, whichever poll you look at. Then they stumbled a little bit against Henry Clay and fell, but they're still a top-ranked team, Coach. We know Scott County coming in is still a really good football team.
Oh, they're a really good football team, extremely well coached. And I don't just mean at the head coaching position.
Right.
Scott Willard and the whole staff, defensive staff, they just do a super job out there. And I think that they run the football well, they run it really well, and then they have that surprise passing attack that they very seldom use. It's going to be a good one.
Cade McKee is the starting quarterback for Scott County. He was injured in last week's game, but we're sure he's probably going to go tonight. And, a young kid's a gamer if nothing else. And then they got Austin Barnett in the backfield. All he's done is rush 107 times for nearly 700 yards and 11 touchdowns. Then they got 2 Browns. They got Bronson and Peyton, and all they've done is rush for nearly 900 yards and 11 touchdowns.
Yeah, the Brown kids are really special, and they complement everybody. I honestly think that this is going to be a game of power versus speed, and we'll see what happens.
Frederick Douglass, of course, they'll counter with Cameron Jones. He clips at almost 80% passing on the season percentage, almost 1,800 yards, 21 touchdowns, only 2 picks, and that tells you right there the 21-2 ratio, what a good quarterback he really is.
Yeah, they do that. They do that, whatever that thing they do in the pros where they talk about the quarterback rating and all that, and he's really up there. And I tell you what, Gary, he mixes. We watched him before. He mixes it up too. He throws to different people on that football team.
Yeah, he'll go to Hayden Hunt quite a bit, who has 30 catches. He'll go to DeMarco Fishback out of the backfield, who has 7 touchdowns receiving. He also has 15 rushing. So that young man has 20 touchdowns. Daycale Crowdis has 7 touchdowns receiving. Montavian Bean. So you're right, Coach. He can go to a bevy of receivers.
Yeah, that makes it really easy for him. He can read the coverages, and he doesn't have to worry about concentrating on one. He's got a bunch of receivers, and they all have speed. And I really like coming out of the backfield. I think that's a key.
It's the Minkey Beef Jerky High School Football Game of the Week. Gary Ball with Coach Mike Mee and William Warfield. We'll step out. We'll come back with the starting lineups, give you the officials, and we'll have kickoff here at the farm at Douglas High School. It's Douglas going up against Scott County here tonight on PrepSpin.com.
Neighbor helping neighbor. At Whitaker Bank, we believe in giving back to our communities. Through our many sponsorships, we help provide our fellow Kentuckians with family-friendly fun and events, and scholarships to help students reach their dreams. We're invested in Kentucky, and more importantly, in you. Whitaker Bank understands our communities and its people, because we're from here. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
The 100% Black Angus Betty Burger with hot, fresh, hand-cut fries. Only $4.99 at Double Dogs. And for a limited time, add a regular soft drink or tea for only 79 cents. Every day from 11 to 4 at Double Dogs.
Some things never change. Like the sound of pads crushing against the equipment, the feel of cleats on fresh-cut grass, or the deep breaths from a full practice. Another thing that never changes, the feeling of relief when the whistle blows for break. And the savory snack to go along with it. This is a moment to remember. This is a Minkey moment.
I'm working again after being laid off, but it doesn't pay as well.
With the bills and everything else, sometimes it's a struggle just to put food on the table.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. Sometimes the people that need help the most
are the very people that can least afford it.
So we've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78 now. The consultation is free in Lexington and now in London.
At Lexington Diagnostic Center, we love athletes.
We understand that when you are injured, the results of an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray can be the only thing keeping you off the field.
And that's what we're here for.
Same or next day appointments, front door parking, and our on-site radiologists make it easy for you to quickly get the results you and your doctor need. Call and compare prices.
We can save you hundreds of dollars.
We would love to help get you back in the game. Call and compare prices
at the Lexington Diagnostic Center.
They say that being a Kentuckian makes you unique. At Whitaker Bank, we agree. We've always been unique. Whitaker Bank understands our communities and its people because we're from here. We want to make banking easier for you with personalized services like mobile banking, check your balances, transfer funds, and pay bills. It's banking on the go, anywhere, anytime. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin. Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you. Welcome back here to Douglas High School. Gary Ball and Coach Mike Meehan as we are set for Douglas and Scott County. Let's take a look tonight at the starting lineups. First, let's look at Scott County High School, but we're going to have the national anthem here in a moment, Coach, so we'll pause for that, and then we'll have the starting lineups here tonight from Douglas High School. The farm, they call it here at Douglas. And we're back here at Douglas High School. You see a good look there at the kickers for Scott County warming up here. Gary Ball with Coach Mike Meehan. And the Scott County Cardinals tonight, their starting lineups will look like this. Tyler Salmons will be the center. He is 6'2", 220 pounds, and a senior. Austin Taylor will be the guard. Right guard, 6'2", 230, a junior. And on the left side, Cameron Carpenter, 6'1", 230, and a senior. And big Brian Hudson, 6'5", 305, and a senior. And, Coach, a lot of people talking about Mr. Hudson. He's not only a Division I player, but he's just a great football player. He can play on both sides of the ball. He will play defensive tackle tonight for Scott County, and he's a load out there at 6'5", 305. 6'5", 305. He's got really good feet, and watched him a little bit on some cut-ups I saw on YouTube. And I think he can make the next level really easily. And you got Peyton Saunders, 6'2", 245, a junior. He'll be at the right tackle. Cade Mullins will be the tight end, 6'2", 215. In the backfield, you got Glenn Covington. Covington is 6 foot. He's a good basketball player too, Coach. He's the guy in basketball. He's a stopper, if you will. He's a guy that stops the toughest offensive player on the other team. You got Austin Barnett at fullback. He's 5'8", 175 pounds, a senior. Young man with 700 yards already. Caden McKee will be the quarterback, 5'11", 185 junior. You got Bronson Brown, one of those Brown brothers, 5'8", 165 and a junior. Peyton Brown, 5'10", 165 and a senior. Those two guys are outstanding. And then you got Montego Jones, who'll come in there in the backfield and run the ball as well. And, Coach, the thing that's impressive about Jones, he's a freshman for Scott County. That doesn't happen very often for Jim McKee's football program. He brings these guys up from middle school, and basically they're ready to go by the time they're a junior. But, boy, a freshman, that's something. And for Frederick Douglass, Lonnie Collins is a center. He's 6'3", 290, a junior. Jake O'Buck, 6'5", 280 pounds, a junior. He's going to probably UT Martin. He's a Division I player. Jager Burton is on the left side to tackle, 6'4", 280, and you know his dad real well, Coach. I do, and I talked to his father before the game. He coached with me over at LCA, and he's looking at some colleges right now. He's ready to step up. And looking at the other side of the coin, the other side of that offensive line, as I get some light in here in the press box, you got, of course, Jeff Black, 6'3", 240 senior. Will Parks, the transfer over from LCA. And, Coach, he's been offered by Notre Dame at 6'4", 285.
What size? You know, it's hard to believe.
I tell you,
some
of these
kids.
linemen in this game are unreal for both teams, Scott County and Frederick Douglass. And then you got at tight end, you got Trey Scott. He's a 6'2". The wide receivers, Hayden Hunt, 6'1", 185, and a senior. Daykel Crowdis is a 6-foot sophomore. And, Coach, he's already been offered by Kentucky. So you got a lot of Division I players in this game. Cameron Jones going to Cincinnati to play his college football, 6'8", 220. And, Coach, what can you tell us about Cameron Jones, our quarterback guru, Coach Mike Meehan?
Wow, I'll tell you what, he's got all the skills that you need. He throws well going to his left, and that was the first thing I looked for, his feet and his positioning as he goes left. He throws well right and left. He also does a great job of dropping back and throwing the 3-step drop, a 5-step drop from the shotgun look. Extremely capable. And being that tall in high school is a real advantage, Gary.
He's got DeMarco Fishback coming out of that backfield. He's got 13 receptions for 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. We talked about his rushing prowess, 74 carries, 711 yards, 15 touchdowns for DeMarco. He wasn't even an offensive player when he played at Lafayette, Coach. He was strictly defense.
Strictly a defensive player, and they realize his speed and his quickness here right away. And he's going to return kicks and probably in everything.
Right, and Micah Lowe is the other receiver, a senior, 6'1", 185, and a senior. Those are your offenses. We'll check the defenses for you as we get going here tonight from Douglas High School. And as we said, this is the Minkey Beef Jerky High School Game of the Week. And, Coach, I tell you what will you be looking at here early on in this game?
You're not going to believe it. Coaches, I think that this, I don't say this very often. Usually the kids play the game and everything, but I think this is a coach's game. I think this is going to be a strategy game. It's going to be Scott County's ability to control the clock, run the football, and yet hit those passes in key situations, usually for a touchdown. Because what happens, Gary, and I've seen it year after year, Jim McKee and his offensive staff are so good at watching these defensive backs on the other team. When Frederick Douglass's defensive backs, when the Broncos defensive back starts looking into the backfield and moving up, he's going to blow by him and they're going to throw the touchdown pass. On the other hand, just real quickly, Frederick Douglass, they've got that speed and that quickness, and we've seen what Henry Clay did. Speed really kills Scott County Cardinals.
Tonight's Minkey Beef Jerky Game of the Week brought to you by Minkey Beef Jerky. UPS, the Kentucky Loop, they're the sponsor of our replay tonight. Coach Meehan has a replay monitor right in front of him. He'll be giving you those replays tonight, brought to you by Kentucky Loop UPS. Bob Roberts Insurance, the halftime report. What you got for us coming up at halftime?
I got 2 good UFOs, and we're going to do a rule of the game that crops its ugly head periodically, and we're going to straighten it out.
And Sutherland Chevrolet, as we drive on down to Nicholasville to Sutherland Chevrolet. Lexington Diagnostic and Open MRI. Bluegrass Orthopedics. Rafferty's Restaurants, where the special at Rafferty's is always you. Double Dogs, biggest flat screen. They got that big screen there. We went in there and had lunch a couple weeks ago, Coach, and Double Dogs, they got the best views in town.
Beautiful.
Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky. The Kentucky Scoreboard, catch that tonight from 10 to midnight. Matter of fact, I'll be on tonight with Rick Shaw and Donnie Atkins. I'll be on at 10:30 talking about this game and some other things coming up around Kentucky with the Scholastic Ball Report. Crown Trophy, Ryan Tyson provides a plaque here for PrepSpin. And check out the Sundays at noon on the CW, the Scholastic Ball Report. This Sunday, we got a very special team on Nicholas County, Coach. They're 6-1 right now under Robert Hopkins, doing a great job. And our scholar athletes are from Henry Clay. And we got a feature, that you love those features, Coach, on that Henry Clay quarterback and what a job he did last week.
I tell you, he had a game. And Coach Hop out there, I tell you, he does a super job. What a great coach, what a great person and a football team. I want to watch that for sure.
So that's coming up, and this is the Minkey Beef Jerky Game of the Week. We already set the offenses for you. We'll take a look, too, at the defenses. We know for Scott County, they play a 4-4 defense. Jack Coleman will be at one defensive end. Christian Carter will be at a defensive tackle with Brian Hudson, that guy we were telling you about. He's pretty good, 6'5", 305. Albert Campos will be at a Hawk defender. And the Sam linebacker will be Burke Watts, a 6'2 senior. Matt Fannin will be a Mike linebacker, 6'2", 200 pounds. And you've got, of course, Sam Daniel. He is going to be the Sam linebacker. That's appropriate that he's a Cardinal linebacker. Cardinal linebacker. And then you got Winston Ribel, He's a 6 foot, 165-pound rover. In the defensive secondary, you got Glenn Covington, and also back there you got Coach, as I try to reach a light back there, goes off on us on a timer. We're trying to keep that light on so we can see our charts here. And in the secondary there, you've got Jeremy Hamilton, a freshman, and Adam Griving will be back there as well. So those are the defenders for Scott County. And I don't think they've had the coin toss yet, have they, Coach?
No, they have not. The officials are standing on the sidelines waiting, unless they did it early. Sometimes they do that in the locker room, by the way.
Joe Steffen is a referee tonight. The umpire is Kenton Bottoms. Chad Young is the headlinesman. The line judge is Andre Williams. Jeremy Enlow is the side judge. Field judge is Stephen Schmacher. And Justin Raymond is the back judge. And, Coach, we know some of these officials, and this is a good crew, and it's a 7-man crew. 7-man crew. They're pulling out the stops here. They want a good, clean game. They have a substitute just in case somebody goes down with – you know, a lot of times these referees, these officials, they go down with cramps in these warm days in October. So they're going to try to keep a track of those people, make sure we have plenty of good officiating tonight. And, of course, Scott County runs out wing T, and the teams around the area, they're a little bit more used to it now, Coach. Talk about Henry Clay and Lafayette and those teams. But Douglas, they've only played against this wing T one time. Yeah, it's tough because you don't practice against it all year. Although I have a feeling that Coach Lantern and his crew probably at the end of practice every day maybe stuck a little wing T in there just to be ready. Mike Ritchie watching tonight up in northern Kentucky. Good man, Mike. Mike Ritchie, a good partner of ours, and he said hello to William over there. Said the video looks great, and we appreciate you watching, Mike, tonight on PrepSpin. Jackie Long is watching tonight down in Texas. Shout out to Jackie Long. Coach, I'm sure you got some folks watching as well. Well, I hope my friend Dennis in Pittsburgh's watching. My wife is home as usual, curled up watching the game. Yeah. She likes you a lot. She criticizes me, but she likes you. So well, we appreciate her. No, she's good. She really enjoys PrepSpin completely. And then hopefully when he gets off of work, they're 6 hours behind in Hawaii. Yeah. Then I'll be watching, and maybe even my son Luke will be watching, and Matt. And this is just a beautiful facility here. They got a good crowd in here. The Douglas side is pretty full. The Scott County side is about maybe 2/3 full or half full over there, so they're still filing in over there along the way. The cars are still coming in here, and there's a good shot at some of the folks behind the goalposts there. Yeah, saying a little prayer on their own, of course. Being public school, it's difficult to say any kind of prayer with your football team. But, boy, I tell you what, when you want to honor God and whatever religion you have, then that's good. Go behind the goalpost and do it. That's fine. I'm glad we showed that. Yeah, and Mike Ritchie just let me know that one of the players is going to be out, it looks like, for Scott County. We were given their depth chart, and he thought that Sam Daniel was out for the year, so that'll give us another starter there, Coach. And that should be a young man right there should start. That's Spencer Robb. He's the backup, so we should have Spencer Robb starting for Daniel. So Robb will be in there for Daniel. So we'll step out, take a break, come back with a kickoff of Douglas and Scott County here tonight on PrepSpin.com.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
Okay. Welcome back here to Douglas High School here on PrepSpin.com, the Minkey Beef Jerky Game of the Week, and the captains are meeting out at midfield deciding who is going to receive the ball here. And if you're Scott County and you win the toss, I think you take the ball, Coach.
Well, I think you do too. But, you know, like I said, these coaches, they're really into this game. They have great staffs, and they're going to make some decisions that maybe we don't count on.
So we had the correction there for the Scott County lineup as Daniel's out and Spencer Robb should start. and Scott County will receive the ball. And they'll receive it off to our left. So Scott County wants to put the defense for Douglas out there right off the bat, don't they?
They do want to put them out there and test them, and they're going to try to control the clock if they can. That Brian Hudson was one of the
yeah, he's huge.
Oh my gosh, he's out there. He's bigger than officials, than everybody out there. He's immense. That's not going to. We have an automatic light switch up here, people, that goes on and off and on and off.
Yeah, that's our only complaint here. But if a few things to complain about here, Douglas.
Yeah.
They take care of us here. We'll just have to turn the flashlights on here in the press box, I guess, Coach.
Yeah, I got my little lantern.
So we have Scott County will receive off to our left. They won the toss, and Douglas will be kicking. So that'll mean that Ryan Ligeb will be kicking off. We don't know yet who Scott County is going to send back deep. We know Glenn Covington is a burner. And here come the Scott County Cardinals.
Now, Scott County, one of the things you know about the wing T, everything's predicated on establishing that fullback. And he's good. I mean, he really is good. So they're going to try to establish that fullback, run their little counters, and some of the trick plays that you can run out of the wing T. The whole key to the wing T, Gary, is deception. Yeah. You got to have a quarterback that'll hide the football. And man, I tell you what, I don't know about this McKee, the Clay McKee.
Yeah, he was a magician.
Oh, he was a magician with the ball. I had so much fun watching those games, just trying to follow him.
Yeah, nobody could follow him because he could really, handle that football, and you really didn't know who had it at times, and that's the reason he was the state champion quarterback there at Scott County when they defeated Meade County in that state championship. So Scott County will receive off to our left. Scott County Cardinals, they come in. One of their losses was to LaSalle, another loss to Henry Clay. Henry Clay game, that surprised you, Coach?
It did. The score surprised me. I think Henry Clay's speed would, I knew they would be able to stay with him or maybe even get a lot of touchdowns. But my goodness gracious, they really put a whooping on him. But I like Henry Clay. I like those Jackson kids, and their quarterback's excellent.
Yes. For Scott County, Coach, you got number 5 back there deep.
Yeah, number 5 is Campton Martin.
So Martin back deep, and looks like also Barnett is back deep, it looks like. Receiving this Ligeb kick coming from Douglas High School. Martin's to the far side, and Barnett is to the near side, staying at about their 5-yard line. Ryan Ligeb into it. The game is underway, and it'll drive back in the end zone, and Mr. Barnett will not have a return. Scott County will take over on the touchback.
Well, here we go. Let's see what kind of surprises that Douglas High School has defensively, and see if they've changed their look a little bit from the last time we saw it.
Up front, they have Jay Sean Kaufman, Trey Scott, and also Romel Warner, David Arnold, Gabe Hilliard, also Romaine Thompson, Frederick Jewett, and then in the secondary, they got Dayron Perkins, Devin Neal, Jalen Bybee, he's good, and Jonathan Lott. So Scott County breaks huddle in that wing T, and a give is to Barnett. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, gets a couple of yards though.
Yeah, that was a good job by 49 for Douglas coming in from the outside and making the tackle. I don't have a 49 on my sheet.
Check this one here, Coach. Here's a.
Yeah, you do.
DeMarcus Thompson. Oh, no, that's
Ray
Marcus. Ray Marcus Thompson. Give right side, and coming with it is Brown. Brown to the 30. He's got some room. 35, 38-yard line is Bronson Brown, the junior running back.
That's one of the best plays that Scott County runs, where they'll belly that fullback and hand it coming back. Just a really nice job running the football and blocking.
Boy, he really got outside in a hurry to Bronson. And here comes Cade McKee from the sideline with the play for Scott County. That was a nice run, a first down up to the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals.
Well, those guys on the edge, they've got to stay on the edge. They can't come in there. The first play, the outside man came in and made a tackle, and they picked on that.
Barnett up the gut to the 45, and the ball, and he slammed down there. Good job there by Austin Barnett. Young man came in with 107 carries, 690 yards, and he got about 7 yards on that one. So it's 2nd and let's call it 4, Coach, at the 45-yard line.
Prototype fullback. They line him up close to the line of scrimmage. He stays low, gets his shoulders out ahead of his legs, his knees, and drives. Just a super. I love the way they establish these fullbacks. Look at the short back.
Wing T. Barnett the ball carries up near midfield, and he's got the first down.
Yeah,
first down up as he drove it up to midfield. Austin Barnett.
You have to stop Barnett. You have to figure out a way to penetrate that wing T. But it's really hard to penetrate the wing T because the fullback is so close to the line of scrimmage, you know. He's going to get to the line of scrimmage before you can make any kind of penetration.
Brings up first down, and Scott County started this drive back at their 25-yard line, so moving the football very effectively here. Picked up a couple of first downs at midfield. McKee gives it back to Brown. He's hit and knocked backwards, and no gain. Peyton Brown, the ball carrier, 165-pound senior. He'll lose about 3 yards, and on that play was Warner.
Yeah, Warner had a little weight on him, too.
Marion Warner
picked him up and threw him down.
Loss of about 3, 2nd and 13.
Yeah, they tried to go back to the. You can see on the replay they tried to go back to the running back after the fake, but again, if you get that penetration, it really hurts this offense. But you got to be sure your people on the edges stay there.
2nd down for Caden McKee and Scott County. 13 yards to go. Gives to Barnett, and he's to the midfield and gets about 3 yards back, and then he's hit immediately there, and they're dropping him was the outside backer, 49, Remarcus Thompson.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job of getting those tackles. Now, everybody expects them to throw the ball here, but don't count on it.
Right.
Don't not count on it at all. They're happy to go ahead and get 6, 7, 8 yards on this play, and even go for it on 4th down.
Bronson Brown, 1 carry, 17 yards. Austin Barnett, 4 carries, 16 yards. McKee, no passes yet, of course. 3rd down and 10. He's got to get down to the 40 for a first down. A lot of men up on that line in that box for Douglas High School. McKee, and it's going to be a flag as he was going to hand the ball off inside to Peyton Brown. And
that little movement on offense there. Yeah, the guy, maybe the number 13 that was in motion, he stepped forward before the ball was snapped. That might have been what they called.
So it'll be 3rd and 15. 8 minutes, 55 seconds to go on this opening drive for Coach Jim McKee and Scott County High School.
Well, I'm really impressed with some of these Douglas defensive players. Jay-Sean Kaufman, 6'3". He looks like he's 6'8" out there.
Got 5 men, 6 men up in the box. And here's
McKee
again. Firing, and it's going to be caught. And down to the 40-yard line, he's got the first down.
Just that's what I'm talking about with these McKees. They must have it in their system or something. The fakes. He faked that guy going wide left and then just pulled up and hit the strike on the pass.
Yeah, that was 25, Coach. Who do you got there for 25 for Scott County?
25 is Micah McClave.
McClave?
Micah McClave, junior.
That's who caught the ball.
What a play.
Good pass by McKee. McKee reverse around to Brown. Brown at the line of scrimmage and hit and spun around and tackled there. And the play was turned in by Devin Neal, the free safety.
Devin Neal did a nice job of coming up. He read that right away, closed the distance, had a good angle. I want people watching this, look at this short back. You don't see this very often. They've got and I don't mean he's short, but they've got a back who's lining up between the guard and the tackle, either on the right or the left side, close to the line of scrimmage. Now, he's a blocker, but he could easily sneak out on a pass route.
Scott County moving the ball on down, Coach. They have chewed up almost 5 minutes of clock here in this first quarter. No score. Opening drive of the game. And Austin Barnett down to the 30-yard line. He's close to the first down marker.
There's no way you can stop him unless you stop the offensive line right at the line of scrimmage. The defensive line of Frederick Douglass has got to reestablish the line of scrimmage. 79 for Scott County. A great block, Gary. Super job. 79 turned out the defensive player, Austin Taylor.
Yeah, we might have seen.
Nice job.
And Montego Jones is in the backfield as well for Scott County. The 5'9" freshman is back there. with Barnett and Brown. Barnett's got the first down and more down to the 27-yard line. First down for Austin Barnett. What makes this guy so effective, Coach?
But the way he runs the football, he knows where the hole's going to be. He sees those trap blocks and those turnout blocks. He keeps his shoulders down. And the entire offensive team at Scott County knows that they got to establish Barnett. If you establish Barnett, everything else will work. I'm seeing an interesting Montego Jones. They've got him up there, like I said, at that little short back area. And he's blocking the linebackers by just cutting their legs out from under them. They can't make the tackle.
6 carries, 29 yards for Austin Barnett. There's a 7th carry. He's not going anywhere this time. He might lose a half a yard. And the play was turned in by David Arnold, the outside linebacker.
Yeah, he did a really nice job. Arnold came up and had a little help too from let's see, a guy got his shirt rolled up. I can't see his number. Yeah, nice. That was a nice defensive job.
Gabe Hilliard, the linebacker, is also, he's the #1 tackler on this Douglas football team.
Gary, there's 5 minutes and 50 seconds, and they still have the football.
Exactly, Coach. They're chewing up that clock. That's what they want to do, keep Douglas's offense off the field and keep Scott County. Here's McKee on a fake, rolls to the right, keeper, and tucks it, and he's going to be tackled at about the 25-yard line. And let's see who got over there. A couple of folks got over there. In particular, Coach, it was a backup player, 64 there for Scott County, for Douglas, 64.
Yeah, 64 is Walker Parks.
So Parks playing some defense. He was strictly an offensive lineman early in the year, and now they got him playing defense here against Scott County.
Well, he's doing a good job of getting side to side on that.
He's a kid going to Notre Dame or looking at Notre Dame, right?
That's exactly right.
Third down.
They talk about him a lot.
Yeah. So your boy McClave spits out. He splits all the way out to the top. McClave out there. Man. Now they shift.
Both teams shift.
And they give to Brown, and he's not going anywhere. He's going to lose some yardage as they gave it to Peyton Brown, and Brown was stopped. It's going to bring up 4th down. No. And too long of a field goal from here. It'll be about a 45-yarder, unless you got that kicker from Boyle County kicking for you. You're not going to kick it from here.
Yeah,
that kid kicked a 53-yarder.
He could kick it from the big D in the middle of the field out here.
4th down, and let's call it a long 12 at the 29 for the Cardinals. Opening drive, they have chewed up almost 8 minutes. Almost 8 minutes of this clock, Coach.
It's just an amazing drive. If they can get this first down, they'll continue.
See what McKee's got under his sleeve here. Look back to pass. Throws it up to McClave, and it's going to be off his fingertips. And who was back there defending? That was a good play back there, Coach.
Yeah, number 8.
That's Hunt. That's Hayden Hunt.
Yeah, Hayden Hunt was right with him all the way.
Take a look at that again. Hayden Hunt did a good job there. That was off the fingertips. That was a pretty good pass by McKee.
Very good pass. I really think maybe that should have been caught.
So here comes Douglas's offense out, and how about that? They chewed up 8 minutes of the first quarter, came away empty-handed, Coach.
Well, you know what?
But they kept Douglas off the field for 8 minutes, didn't they?
Right, they kept him off the field. But if Douglas can strike quick and score, that's heartbreaking when you do that.
Cameron Jones with DeMarco Fishback trips that, and there's going to be a flag down. Penalty marker down. He had Hayden Hunt, Micah Lowe, and Montavian Bean split out to the bottom. Like Daykel Crowdis was out to the top, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Yeah, a little motion. Got a little excited, Gary.
Very excited.
Heck, we're excited.
It's a big ball game for both these teams.
It is.
Douglas trying to remain undefeated. Broncos, Cameron Jones. Passes out to Montavian Bean. He drops it incomplete. Montavian Bean tried to run it upfield before the ball got to him.
He did. He saw big number 41, Zach Coleman, coming out there on him, put the bead on him. I like those passes. I like what they do. Even though he dropped that ball, that's a good idea to first, as soon as you can in the game, get those receivers out there, get them ball in their hands and see if they can break these tackles with their speed.
2nd down. Twins to both sides for the Broncos. DeMarco Fishback. Here's Cameron Jones. Throws it down to Hunt, and it's going to be nearly intercepted. It is picked off, intercepted.
Yeah.
And it's intercepted by Matt Fannin, the micro linebacker, 6'2", 200-pound senior. He was waiting for that ball all the way.
Yeah, he really was. If you look at this, yeah, he was not playing linebacker that time. He was deep. He was playing deep. And he just came across and intercepted the ball. You know, one thing you work with quarterbacks on, Gary, is you get a quarterback before the ball is snapped to identify who the interceptor is. Because sometimes the interceptor is not the guy that's watching or guarding your receiver.
I don't think Cameron Jones expected him to be back there.
No, he didn't see him. He saw one-on-one. He said, I'm going to throw the ball. My receiver can beat their defensive back one-on-one. He didn't count on the guy coming over from the middle.
So Peyton Brown comes out along with Austin Barnett and Montego Jones behind McKee. Gives to Barnett, 50. He's to the 48 and knocked down after a pickup of about 4, maybe 5. Austin Barnett, a 5'8" senior, had nearly 700 yards coming in, Coach. He's already got 30 yards in this game. In the first quarter, we've got only 3 minutes and 32 seconds to go in the first quarter, no score.
And Scott County's in no hurry. They're staying in the huddle. They're getting to play from the sideline. And
as we refresh Barnett, he's got eight carries now, 35 yards.
Yeah, and that time he jumped in the air, which was a mistake. You know, jumping in the air, you got all that power down low. Stay low.
Scott County Cardinals. Austin Barnett and hit at the line of scrimmage. Very little gain there.
Yeah. We're going to give credit where credit's due. That was a defensive line of Frederick Douglass. They stopped that. They completely stalemated the offensive line.
Romarian Warner, 52, was the young man I saw in on that play, Coach.
They just, I mean, it was every one of them just beat their men and held them up on the line of scrimmage.
3rd down and 5 for the Scott County Cardinals. This crowd continues to grow. Huge Douglas crowd in here tonight.
The Scott County crowd picked up.
Picked up, yeah. It's pretty full over along the visitor section. 3rd down and 5 at the 48. McKee gives to Barnett, and he's got the first down, and he takes to the 42-yard line. Good run by Austin Barnett as he got those legs driving and got down low and got the yardage needed for the first down of the 42.
But the key is he cheated up closer to the line of scrimmage.
Why not?
And McKee just turned real quick and just handed it to him, just straight handoff.
Why not?
He just burst through there, and the defensive backs and the linebackers have to make those tackles.
First down at the 42-yard line of Douglas. Scott County. 2 minutes and 5 seconds, and I think we're going to get a timeout. And timeout will be called, and I believe Scott County called it. They did. Timeout on the field by Scott County. No score. Scott County on the march, and we'll be back here on the PrepSpin.com with the Mingua Beef Jerky High School Game of the Week.
Did you know that 86% of all patients who have their braces removed eventually have teeth that shift back? I'm Dr. Douglas Durbin of Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign. Our exclusive permanent retainer will keep your teeth straight for the rest of your life. And it's because it's worn behind your teeth. No one will know you have it. Tell your family dentist you want a smile that lasts a lifetime.
Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign offers complete monthly financing. So call Doctors Durbin, Morris, and Garner today or visit kyortho.com.
Some things never change. Like the sound of pads crushing against the equipment, the feel of cleats on fresh-cut grass, or the deep rest from a full practice. Another thing that never changes, the feeling of relief when the whistle blows for break. And the savory snack to go along with it. This is a moment to remember. This is a Minkey moment.
This is where...
Welcome back here, and it's going to be first down at the 42-yard line for the Scott County Cardinals. They're in the white with the red, and the Broncos of Douglas in the orange. McKee gives to Barnett, and he dives down about the 39-yard line, picks up about 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7 right there for the Scott County Cardinals, getting up off the bottom of that pile for the Broncos. And looks like Jay-Sean Kaufman helped out on that play, Coach, and there were a couple of guys in there, but that's who I saw.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting to see. They keep pushing the fullback up in there again, and they're bringing those defensive ends in for Frederick Douglass. There's your reverse.
And there's Brown, and he is to the 37 and nice play there turned in by Devin Neal after he got a couple of yards. Would be 3rd down and 5. And we don't see Glenn Covington in there right now, so I don't know if he's injured. I don't know what this. He was given to us as a starter on the 2 deep by Coach McKee, but I have not seen Glenn Covington in the game. I've seen, of course, the McClave kid. He's got the big first down catch of 16 yards.
3rd down and about what?
5, maybe 6.
Maybe 6, yeah.
50 seconds to go in the fast-moving first quarter, Coach.
Fast-moving first quarter. Look at him playing man-to-man on the outside, on the deep at the top of your screen, and people watching at home.
Almost movement by the Broncos. There's a flag coming down. Let's see who moved. Encroachment against Scott County.
Somebody flinched.
Yeah, they must have flinched down low because I didn't see anybody move up top, Coach.
I didn't either. I think
must have been a hand or something flinched. We did get a little movement by the defensive tackle for Douglas, but he got back in plenty of time. He didn't touch anybody.
He might have been the one that drew the Scott County player offside. The movement encroachment.
Cade McKee, of course, outstanding baseball player as well for the Scott County Cardinals baseball team, Scott Willard's team. Good first baseman and a good pitcher, Coach. We saw him pitch in a regional last year.
Good athlete.
3rd down and 10 for Cade McKee. Movement now. The tight end Mullins lines up to the right side. McKee fakes, gives to Brown around the right. Brown hit and stopped. Tackle way back in the backfield, and that was Jalen Bybee.
Yeah, Jalen Bybee came across the line of scrimmage and just perfect situation. Stop that play.
Yeah,
look at that. Nice tackle, secure.
That's the end of the first quarter. We'll come back with the second quarter, and we'll see if Scott County will punt the ball away or what they will do here. No score here on the Minkey Beef Jerky High School Football Game of the Week between Douglas and Scott County.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
I used my credit cards over the holidays, and I thought I could make it work. But between the bills and everything else, I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. You can have a brighter future away from debt.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. In Lexington.
Welcome back, and we're going to have a punt here by the Scott County Cardinals. And back deep. Who did they send back deep, Coach? I'm trying to see the number back there.
Good snap.
Punt is a pretty good punt. And that's the Fishback. Watches it roll, takes a Scott County roll, and does it get into the end zone?
Yes.
And let's see, they're going to call a touchback. So that's a big break there for the Broncos.
Yeah, they just quite didn't get there in time. It would have been really nice if they could have got there.
And the punter there was Winston Reibel. Number 15 was the punter for Scott County. He did a nice job.
Did a nice job. It's just, the coverage. You got to get that thing and stop it before it gets in the end zone. You got a very explosive team, and you got to keep them back up.
No scores. We start the second quarter of action here between Douglas High School and Scott County High School. Douglas ranked second in the state in 6A. Scott County Cardinals were ranked, what were they, number 7, Coach?
7.
They were right behind Male until they lost to Henry Clay. Louisville Male's the number 1 ranked team in the state. They defeated Trinity this year 17-3, only gave a field goal up to Trinity. Cameron Jones with wideouts to the near side, and he gives to Fishback. Fishback running hard, running over people up near the 30-yard line. Got about 9 yards to mark go Fishback, and that's close to a first down marker. That's the best run tonight for Fishback.
Well, it's the only run for Fishback.
The time of possession tonight, Coach, 12 minutes, 1 second for Scott County, 10 seconds for Douglas.
Well, we got to give him a little extra now, but after this.
Yeah, I'm talking about prior to that.
Right.
So here's the pitch out to Fishback with that speed. He is to the 4, jumps over a man to the 50-yard line. There's a flag down. Flag down as he left his feet.
Yeah. Well, let's see if that's what they call. There is a rule there. The rule about hurdling, we covered that this year. As long as the defender has something other than his feet on the ground, you can hurdle him. But if he just has 2 feet on the ground, let's see. Oh no, that wouldn't have been a call. The guy was just diving to make the tackle. That's not the call. Yeah, it's against them. Both, Gary. Offsetting penalties. Personal foul against both teams. And they were dead ball fouls. No, there must be live ball fouls because they're bringing the ball back.
Offsetting, so that takes it back to the 29. It'll be second down and about a yard for Douglas and Cameron Jones. He's just 3 touchdowns shy in this of 100 touchdowns, we understand, Coach, if you go back through his career.
That's what they said, yeah. The White Hats over there talking to the sideline here on Freddie Douglas.
Yeah, let's take a look at the replay there. You see him come out of there. And
yeah, there's a personal foul. It had to be a dead ball foul or they would have nothing. That's perfectly fine.
Twins to both sides for Jones. Second, he gives to Fishback up the gut, cuts it outside, 35 to the 40, cuts it to the 45, hit at the 45-yard line, and finally stopped there by the linebacker Matt Fannin, who has the interception in this game. He picked off the pass from Cameron Jones to open up the game for Scott County's defense.
Really nice job downfield blocking. I was watching the receivers on that. The Douglas Bronco receivers are down engaging the defensive backs because they know Fishback can break it at any time. Nice coaching and nice job.
Fishback now 2 carries, 24 yards. First down up near the 45 for Cameron Jones. Gives to Fishback again. Fishback to about the 48-yard line. There's big Brian Hudson to greet him rudely, I might add.
Big boy, I tell you.
6'5", 305, going to Virginia Tech.
Yeah, he came out there and just crushed him. Again, I think it's pretty interesting how they're really trying hard to get outside. And Fishback's making that first man miss every single time.
Second down for Douglas. They have it at the 47-yard line. Trip set out to the top for fires to the near side. He's got his man, Kel Crowdis, and Crowdis takes it down into Scott County territory, but he's stopped over there immediately on the play there, Coach, and number 5 for Scott County. Yeah, another player that wasn't given to us. Well, we got so many starters that weren't given to us as starters.
It's Campton Martin.
Campton Martin. Okay, he is.
And he's a sophomore.
Yeah, he is normally a starter on offense, so he's going both ways. Third down at about 2 for Douglas. Trip set to here's Cameron Jones, fires to Crowdis, and the UK offeree is to the 42 and a first down.
Nice throw, nice catch.
And Jim McKee's in the side judges here over there, Coach. What's he yelling about over there?
I have no idea. I mean, he's going to stay on him until he gets on their last nerve or whatever.
9:30 to go here in this first half. No score. Scott County and Douglas. Douglas on the march at the 42-yard line. Cameron Jones, of course, committed to Cincinnati. Micah Lowe catches it, and it's going to be brought down. And, boy, what a nice play turned in by Scott County's defender.
Yeah, there were 3 or 4 people out there. 32.
Number 8 was the guy who made the play. He's not listed as a starter either.
Yeah, number 8 made the tackle.
Number 8 on your sheet there, Coach.
No, that was
Scott County.
Scott County was Jeremy Hamilton.
So he was not given to us as a starter either.
Jeremy Hamilton made the tackle, but there were 5 different people in there on the tackle. So really nice job. Second
down and 12. Cameron Jones flares it out to Fishback. Fishback to the 40. He is down to the 30, and he's got the first down as he's down to the 30-yard line.
Mr. Fishback does a lot of hurdling. He does a lot of jumping over people. Sooner or later, somebody's going to pop him right in the chest when he does that.
Watts helped out on the tackle. Sam linebacker. First down for Douglas. No score in this game. Fast-moving first half. Just 8 minutes and 22 seconds to go. But Douglas is on the march. Their second series. Here's Cameron Jones. He fires over to Michael Lowe, and he's got the catcher. Comes a flag down, and it's thrown by the Whitecap.
Yeah, that might have been roughing the passer. Let's see. Let's see that again.
Yeah, he wants to talk to the other refereeing crew, and here comes the call.
No, there wasn't anybody near him to rough him.
It's going to be against Douglas. An eligible receiver downfield.
Somebody crept past the line of scrimmage down there. Can we see that again, William, one more time? Getting a really good look on this replay, a Kentucky loop replay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
70.
Yeah, he was all the way downfield. That was a good call.
Now, you can get downfield if you maintain your block. If you hold on, if you contact somebody on a scrimmage and then maintain it. Not that time.
Second down. Give to Fishback. Right side to the 30 and down to the 22-yard line. He's close to the first down marker. And making the play again was Watts, Burke Watts, number 32.
Yeah, he's everywhere. Burke Watts is playing a really good game. Nice senior football player.
Yeah, you think you're saying that name wrong, but it's Burke Watts, 6'2", 210-pound senior. And Burke, he's been all over the field tonight.
He has been.
Fandon had the interception to start the game. Scott County and Douglas, no score. Third down and about a yard.
That's a nice play.
And inside handoff, and Fishback's got the first down to the 15.
Yeah, see, I like that play. I like what they're doing there. That's a really good job. They've been hitting the outside pretty constantly. And then hand that little angle handoff to
Fannin. Yeah.
Nice job.
Fannin made the stop there, Coach, for the Scott County defense, but not before DeMarco picked up about 5 yards.
It was a saving stop, too.
Yep. Timeout on the field. Timeout called by Douglas with 7:28 to go in a scoreless first half of action from the farm here on the Minkey Beef Jerky High School Football Game of the Week. We'll be back.
And now in London.
Did you know in addition to education assistance, UPS now provides housing for qualified employees? Through the UPS Kentucky Living Options and Opportunities Path, also known as UPS Kentucky Loop, you can work part-time in Louisville, go to school at Jefferson Community and Technical College, and receive housing for up to 2 years. Earn a degree or learn a trade. It's up to you. Loop benefits are available to those who live outside the Louisville metro area, whether you're just starting college or going back to school. It's time to get in the loop. For more information, visit upsjobs.com. That's upsjobs.com.
Neighbor helping neighbor.
Welcome back here to Douglas and Cam Jones. First down. Throws it down the right side to a streaking Crowdis. Touchdown, Daquel Crowdis. That's his 8th touchdown catch of the season for the sophomore, who was a routine quarterback last year, part-time quarterback, and Kentucky's already offered the young man as a receiver.
Yeah, he had a nice job. They play man-to-man out here on the outside, little bump and run, and he just made a little step inside, as you can see on the thing, and then just beat him with his speed. That little step on the inside first.
Take a look at that again. Boy, that looks good from the end zone, doesn't it? Look at that pass. Comes right in there, picture perfect.
Nice job by Jack out there with the camera.
Good toss there by the quarterback. And here's a throw for 2 in the back end. Is it good? There's flags all over the place as a big lineman, 51, catches the ball for Douglas. That's Trey Scott.
He can't be eligible unless he's, yeah, that's it. See, you cannot run a tackle eligible or a guy with that number eligible.
Unless you declare him,
Unless
right?
you declare him. Yeah.
See, I know a little bit about the officials.
I wonder where he lined up.
That's a good question. So they'll have to kick it now. Ligab will kick the extra point. Montavian Bean will hold. Bean, placement down. Ligab tick up, plenty of leg, and it is going to be good in the left side. So Douglas strikes first. The Broncos 7. Scott County Cardinals nothing here. We'll be back on PrepSpin.com with the Minkey Beef Jerky High School Football Game of the Week.
At Whitaker Bank, we believe in giving back to our communities. Through our many sponsorships, we help provide our fellow Kentuckians with family-friendly fun and events, and scholarships to help students reach their dreams. We're invested in Kentucky, and more importantly, in you. Whitaker Bank understands our communities and its people, because we're from here. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
The 100% Black Angus Betty Burger with hot, fresh, hand-cut fries. Only $4.99 at Double Dogs. And for a limited time, add a regular.
So Ryan Ligab set to kick off for Douglas and Austin Barnett. And the kick is going to be low. Barnett's going to scoop at the 10. He's at the 15. He's at the 20. And he's at the 40. He's being chased to the 40-yard line and run down at the 38-yard line. What a return by Austin Barnett.
And if we look at that again, right at the end, the Douglas player, I didn't get his number, he made the tackle by pushing the blocker into the runner.
Here's the return again as you take a look at it, Coach. Austin Barnett with the run back there for Scott County. And, man, he burst into that secondary, and he was flying down through there.
It's 5. Yeah, number 5. Nice job. That was really a nice return.
Yeah, Barnett
really
set Scott County up in business at the 36 of Douglas. Douglas leads 7-0 on a touchdown pass from Cam Jones to DeKale Crowdis. Reverse, and that's going to be Brown.
No,
he's got the ball around the right side, faked everybody out to the 15-yard line. And
that's what I'm telling you.
What a magician, I tell you what.
Sleight of hand, buddy. I tell you, these quarterbacks for the Cardinals, they're really good at what they do.
That was Brown, but it wasn't Peyton. I think I said Peyton had it, and that was Bronson Brown who had the football, and he took it from the 32 down to the 15, 17-yard pickup.
Right. Look at this inside, this back handoff, little double counter, double fake. And
you know the sad thing about that, Coach? I had binoculars on him too.
Well, you weren't wrong. You're never wrong. You said Brown, so.
Well, you can't be wrong when you say Scott County. They got 2 of them in the backfield.
Yep.
And now they have back there is McClave.
We got something going on here. Coach McKee came out and said something to the official, and timeout.
Yeah, Scott County wants a timeout. We have 7:03 to go. It is 7-0 Douglas on top of Scott County. And we'll want to remind you, coming up tonight from 10 to midnight, it's the Kentucky Scoreboard Show with Rick Shaw and Don Atkins, as they have a host of radio stations, 50 stations that give scores, have coaches on scores from all over the state of Kentucky. The Kentucky Scoreboard Show locally originates on 630 WLAP with Rick and Donnie Atkins, and that's a great show, a great service they do for the kids of Kentucky, Coach.
They really do, and I spent many years listening to that, coming back from games on the bus, and hey, Gary, they just switched the jersey on somebody. He must have had blood on it. One of the linemen for Scott County is now number 63, and it's not the 63. Who normally is 63 for them?
Well, you've got the roster there.
Michael King is not a starter, is he? All right, we're going to find out who it is. I got to help you out here, buddy.
Okay.
Because he just pulled his jersey off and switched it out there.
If that's a big left tackle, that's Brian Hudson.
Yep, he's the left tackle.
That's Brian Hudson. 15-yard line. Up the middle and down to the 9-yard line. That was a nice pickup. Barnett. Let's look at Austin's numbers. Austin Barnett, 12 carries, 51 yards for Austin.
Yeah, he's pretty special.
So you're saying that Hudson put on 63's jersey?
Yes, Hudson put on 63's jersey.
Yep. Barnett down to the 5-yard line, tripped up.
Yeah, tripped up by number 4. Yeah, that was Gabe Hilliard. Tripped him up, got a hold of his ankle. Well, they are now in a position where they really want to drive the football, but here's where they run that little counter to the outside. They're really good at that.
First and goal at the 5, so they have 4 downs here to punch it in. And Barnett in the backfield, McKee.
I'm giving it to the big
Barnett,
man.
and he's down to about the 2-yard line.
Just driving it down, taking up the clock. It's 6 minutes to go now and a half. Frederick Douglass is really going to have to just step up and make some penetration and stop those offensive linemen from getting to the bodies of the linebackers.
It's 7-0. Douglass on top of Scott County, but Scott County second and goal at the 2-yard line. Barnett down low, and he gets in for the touchdown. Yeah. Austin Barnett. And that is on the season his 12th touchdown rushing. He followed the left side of Brian Hudson wearing number 63 now, not 71. He's wearing 63 with the blood on the other jersey. And he followed that side there of Hudson and Carpenter over there and the tight end.
And Cade Mullins just did a really nice job in there.
Cade Mullins opened it up too, but good job there. That's why Hudson's a D1 player.
He's a big guy.
6'5", 305, and Coach McKee makes no bones about it. Here's the kick up, and it is good. 7-all, and the kick was by Giese, Josh Giese. 7-all here with 5:30 to go in the first half. We'll be back. PrepSpin.com. Hey, William.
Soft drink or tea for only 79 cents. Every day from 11 to 4 at Double Dogs.
Some things never change. Like the sound of pads crushing against the equipment, the feel of cleats on fresh-cut grass, or the deep rest from a full practice. Another thing that never changes, the feeling of relief when the whistle blows for break. And the savory snack to go along with it. This is a moment to remember. This is a Minkey moment.
I'm working again after being laid off, but it doesn't pay as well.
With the bills and everything else, sometimes it's a struggle just to put food on the table.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. Sometimes the people that need help the most are the very people that can least afford.
All right, welcome back here to the farm. Getting ready for the kickoff, Gary, and I think we're going to have to see Frederick Douglass see what. Onside kick.
Onside kick, and I think Scott County has it. Scott County got on it. Yes, they did. Did it go 10 yards? The officials are going to talk about it.
It has to go.
Yeah, they're going to give it to Douglass. They're going to say the ball didn't go 10 yards. It only went 9.
Well, he covered the ball past 10 yards, but it's where he touched it that mattered. Let's take a look at this replay. We might be the ones to make the call on this.
Let's make the call.
All right, remember now, if he touches it before, got to go back further. Oh, that's too bad. That was a really nice idea.
Yeah, that was a great job there by Scott County.
Here we go.
Did he touch it before it went 10, Coach?
I couldn't tell. He's got to run that back a little further.
Okay. Couldn't tell from that shot. So Douglass would take over, and they'll have it at the 49 of Scott County after Scott County thought they recovered the onside kick. Let's look at it one more time.
All right, it's kicked from the 40.
Yep.
It's got to go to the 50-yard line.
There's slow-mo.
It's not touched yet. Man, that looked good to me.
Pass by Jones out to Fishback. DeMarco to the 45, and he slips at the 42-yard line. Yeah, we couldn't tell from the replay if anybody touched it or not before it went 10 yards, but they definitely recovered it after it went the 10, into the 49 of Douglas.
Yeah, this might be a makeup call on that. I don't think well, I don't know. See, if it touched anybody before it got 10 yards, then it's Douglas's ball. And it was just hard to tell if it touched anybody.
Here's a penalty against Douglas, and it's going to be a 10-yarder back to the 40-yard line.
Well, that puts them in a situation now where they've got to get the ball to Crowdis. They're running that little cover 2 look, and the safety's moved over to this side a little ways.
Trip set out to the far side. Cameron Jones fires it over to DeKale Crowdis. Crowdis sidesteps a man up to the midfield stripe, and he's going to get about 9 of it back. DeKale Crowdis.
Yeah, he's tough. The first man almost always misses these guys. They're so quick.
And 12 there for Scott County, Coach.
Yeah, 12 is Peyton Brown.
Yeah, Brown helped out on that play. So some of those offensive players coming there defensively now for
they are. They're
Scott County.
They're making some switches on us.
Second down. There's a lot of guys starting who weren't starters. Cameron Jones, he fires it over to the man, to Michael Lowe, and he's down to the 27-yard line. He's got the first down.
That's really a good coaching right there. They brought that receiver across. They saw the way they were playing that cover 2 look, and they brought that receiver across underneath. So that was a really good job.
Looked like Hamilton made the stop there, number 8, Coach, for Scott County.
No, we got another stoppage of the clock.
Yep, we got a new player running in for Scott County. At the 27-yard line, first down for Douglas. 4:48 to go in the first half. We're tied at 7. Cam Jones gives now to Fishback, and DeMarco takes it down about the 22-yard line. We stop there, and he's stopped by Hudson and company.
Yeah. Yeah, Ryan Reed also got a helmet in there to help out. So,
looking at the numbers, Cameron Jones, 7 of 9 passing, Coach.
Yeah, he's
71 yards.
Slowly, he's starting to get control of what's going on defensively.
Now
it's man-to-man all the way across now, Gary.
4 catches, 30 yards. Trip set out to the far. Give now inside to DeMarco Fishback. He's hit and stopped at the 20-yard line.
DeMarco Fishback on the carry for Douglas.
He doesn't want to go down easy, does he?
No. He was piled up pretty good there, too. But, again, that was Ryan Reed in there on the tackle.
And 44 was in there as well, Coach.
Yeah, 44,
Ryan Reed, yep.
Look at the time, Gary, 3 minutes and 41 seconds.
Yeah, there's been a lot of time chewed up. 13:34 by Scott County. Cameron Jones is going to keep it, and a big quarterback takes it down to the first down, close to the 15-yard line. Cameron Jones said, I'll take it in my own hands. And
there was a flag thrown way behind the play, way down toward the goal line. The official threw it forward that far. And it had to be something to do with the receiver and the defensive back. Had to.
We'll wait for the white cap. It's going to be a personal foul.
Blow to the head.
Blow to the head. This will be a 15-yarder, won't it? Or half the distance.
Yeah, half the distance.
So that'll help.
That'll be a first down, half the distance.
Broncos' cause. Yeah, that'll take it down inside the 10-yard line with 3:29 to go here. 7-7. Coming up, our Roberts Insurance halftime report. Coach, I have his UFOs and also have you make the call. I'm looking forward to it, Coach.
Right, and William Warfield is going to interview Andrew Carlson, I think, the athletic trainer.
Give to Fishback, and he blurts down to the 5 and still going all the way down. Boy, what an effort by Fishback. He said, I'm not going down, but he finally did. And that looks like, yes, one of the linebackers fanning there to get him.
Yeah, I think it was fanning, yeah. Yeah, they're in a situation now with 3 minutes to go. You know, Scott County gets the ball back. They don't like to have these short times on the clock.
Second down at the 3-yard line. Jones Fishback trying to get outside, and he walks in. Touchdown, DeMarco Fishback. 16th touchdown of the season rushing for DeMarco. And it's 13-7.
Then he went right at our cameraman, right at Jack down there. Let's see. I bet Jack got a heck of a picture.
You know, we saw Mail last night over at Bryan Station, Coach. I got to ask you as soon as we get a chance here, what you saw in that Mail game and what you're seeing in these two quality football teams here tonight, Scott County and Douglas.
Two good quarterbacks. I think it's going to come down to the defense in that game if those two play each other.
Kick is up by Ligab, and it's good. So Ryan Ligab makes it 14-7 Douglas.
Here's the
2:44. We got to look at that Fishback run again. He went in almost untouched.
There he goes, right by our cameraman.
And he's
there. It is. Look at this.
Saluting to him, talking to him, isn't he? Yep. Jack Haynes. Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, they got too many people down the field there. Don't have field credential. You got your field credential down there. If you don't, get off the field.
That's right.
That's right. So 14-7 here, Coach. And we're going to keep it right here. The Mingua Beef Jerky Game of the Week. I want to thank all of our sponsors who make this high school game possible. Mingua Beef Jerky, UPS, the Kentucky Loop, Bob Roberts Insurance, a halftime report coming up. Sutherland Chevrolet, Lexington Diagnostic, Bluegrass Orthopedics, Rafferty's Restaurants, Double Dogs, Whitaker Bank, the Kentucky Scoreboard, 10 to midnight tonight, 6:30 WLAP. Rick Shaw, Don Atkins on the Kentucky Scoreboard Show, and the Scholastic Ball Report Sunday at noon on the CW.
Looking forward to it. I think that the show you had last week with Coach Wolf from Mail, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, he drove
show.
all the way from Louisville to do my show. Second time he's done that show, the show with me, Coach, and that tells me a lot about Chris Wolf of Mail and tells me a lot about what people think about the show, driving all the way from Louisville.
And that quarterback and that linebacker he had with him.
Yeah, they were. That quarterback was tough last night, wasn't
he? Man, he was so good.
Here's the kick. And let's see, Barnett's going to scoop it at the 13. Austin to the 20. Austin 25. Austin's going to be hemmed in and stopped at the 28-yard line. Austin Barnett.
Yeah, Scott County did something they've done for years. They send a player down to block the kicker all the time. Those kickers, this kicker for Frederick Douglass, he's not covering down the field. He's waiting to make a tackle if he's needed.
Giese is the young man who kicks for Scott County.
And for Frederick Douglass,
the kicker, is Ligab, Ryan Ligab.
Yeah,
he's got some good numbers on those PATs this year, Coach. It's 14-7, 2:31 to go in this first half, and Scott County will break huddle at their own 28-yard line.
It's kind of like what we expected for this game.
Yeah, we expected a good game, and that's what we got at least here in the first half. Bronson Brown will be the slot to the left.
Two tight end. No, they got a wide out on the right side, way over by the sideline.
Give it back to Brown around the right side, and Brown breaking tackles up to the 32-yard line, and there's Hilliard. I'm not sure what Gabe was signaling, but he came out there like the ball came loose or something, but he got a tackle anyway. Maybe he's excited about his tackle.
Well, I thought he saw the ball come out too, but I think the runner was down. Yeah, that's a nice, they're getting that 4 or 5 yards on first down. That's good.
Second down and 6 for the Cardinals.
Oh, there he is.
Give up the gut, and that's Barnett to the 39. Stood up there.
They have trouble bringing him down, I tell you. But he's getting those first downs. He's driving that ball.
2 minutes to go in the first half. Douglas 14, Scott County 7, Coach.
Good one.
Roberts Insurance halftime report coming up. Back inside to Brown. Peyton, and he's up into, but he is to the 46-yard line. That's a good inside reverse there. You know who runs that a lot, Coach? Fort Thomas Highlands.
Fort Thomas runs that, and any of these wing T teams are really good at that. If that play might have gone the distance if it wasn't for Jalen Bybee to making the tackle.
Yeah, Bybee, he's outstanding. He made the play defensively to knock the ball away. It was a good pass thrown by Cade McKee. 46-yard line. McKee fakes back to pass. He's got a receiver downfield, and it's knocked away. What a play there in the secondary. He was going to Mullins, a big tight end, And Devin Neal there to knock the ball away. That was a big-time play as we take a look at that again.
Yeah, he took a chance, didn't he? He reached that big hand up to knock the ball away with 1 minute and 13 seconds. If that ball would have gone over his reach,
probably a touchdown.
It would have been.
3rd down and
nice job, though.
4 for the Cardinals, Scott County High School. McKee under his center. Gives to Austin Barnett. He's got the first down to the 48-yard line as he runs it down, and he stopped there finally. Jalen Bybee helped out on the play with others for Douglas. We have just 1:07 to go here, 1:06 to go here, first half, and the clock is not really an ally of Scott County. Just a minute, under a minute to go here, and they have 47 yards to go. McKee airs it out, going downfield, and it's going to be incomplete. He was trying to air it out to Micah McClave. No Glenn Covington tonight, Coach.
No Glenn Covington. I'm surprised.
He's an outstanding athlete.
Yeah, I don't know what's
basketball,
going on.
Football. I don't think he plays baseball.
There's been some changes. Well, they tried to hit it. They tried to hit him deep on the sideline. He kind of overthrew him toward the sideline a little bit. Maybe he was a little nervous on that.
McKee 1 out of 4 for 16 yards passing.
Yeah, they need to figure out how to get him to get the ball to a short receiver.
Brown, the motion guy, away from us up here in the box. And McKee keeps it and hit, and he's going to be knocked backwards. No game, boy. That was good defense that time by Douglas as they spelled out McKee. McKee's faked me out one time, I'll admit it, but he did give it to a Brown. I said Brown had the ball.
Yeah, you got that right.
That time he didn't
29 seconds. I think they're going to let this go. Well, they're going to try to run a play, but.
3rd down, 14-7 Douglas. Coming up, our Roberts Insurance halftime report.
Yeah, just hand it off. That'll be it. That looks like it. Counting down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Going to be halftime.
Takes us to halftime. 14-7. Douglas on top. Coach Meehan will have the Roberts Insurance halftime report after this.
I'm working again after being laid off, but it doesn't pay as well.
With the bills and everything else, sometimes it's a struggle just to put food on the table.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. Sometimes the people that need help the most are the very people that can least afford it.
So we've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78 now. The consultation is free in Lexington and now in London.
At Lexington Diagnostic Center, we love athletes.
We understand that when you are injured, the results of an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray can be the only thing keeping you off the field.
And that's what we're here for.
Same or next day appointments, front door parking, and our on-site radiologists make it easy for you to quickly get the results you and your doctor need. Call and compare prices.
We can save you hundreds of dollars.
We would love to help get you back in the game. Call and compare prices
at the Lexington Diagnostic Center.
They say that being a Kentuckian makes you unique. At Whitaker Bank, we agree. We've always been unique. Whitaker Bank understands our communities and its people because we're from here. We want to make banking easier for you with personalized services like mobile banking, check your balances, transfer funds, and pay bills. It's banking on the go, anywhere, anytime. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin. Folks, this is...
Well, welcome back here to Frederick Douglass High School. William Warfield here with you at halftime. And joining me is one of our partners from Bluegrass Orthopedics, Michael Blackburn. And Michael, just want to welcome you here at halftime today and just talk a little bit about BGO.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm one of the physician's assistants with Bluegrass Orthopedics, and we've really made an effort to get back into the sports medicine field and sponsor some teams, and really enjoy coming out on Friday nights and watching football and hoping nobody gets hurt, but be available if it happens.
Yeah, you guys do an outstanding job each and every game. You know, I'm a big fan of Andrew Carlson. Him and I been kind of real close friends over the last few years because of his hard work ethic. And you know, he says the same thing about us too when we set up for our games and everything. But what's it like working with a guy like Andrew and working with the doctors like you have over there?
The cool thing about Andrew, like you said, is that he works real hard. So you don't want to, you kind of want to match his intensity, work as hard as he does, and make sure you don't make him look bad. And then, you know, when you partner up with guys like you, you know, the synergistic effect of the two people working together, it really makes the high school experience really shine.
So your outreach, your sports medicine outreach at BGO, what can you tell us about that?
We have tried to get much in the community as much as possible. We sponsor teams, you know, such as Scott County and LCA, Rockcastle County. I think we just got on with Sayre, so we do our best to get out in the community and help the high schools, and because the last thing we can do as a parent is have your child get injured and then kind of be stuck on where to go. And next thing you know, it's the middle of the week and you still haven't had your kids seen for the injury they had on Friday night. So anything we can do to expedite that and make sure that we get them in and evaluate them and give them the treatment they need.
You guys are growing right now, continue to grow in big time spurts is what I like to say. But you guys got a new building over there off of Richmond Road that's outstanding. When you walk in there, whatever you guys did to decorate it over there and to get the technology that you have inside that building, it's amazing. And what can you tell us about that?
Well, first, if we can get Andrew off the virtual golf thing that we have there, we can get a lot more accomplished. But no, it's first class top to bottom, and that's kind of what BGO represents, is first class treatment, first class availability. We want to make sure that you know, our doors are always open to anybody that's not just the athletes, you know, the parents and the grandparents and anybody that, you know, has something, whether it's just a weekend warrior or somebody who's trying to get back into working out and have an injury here or there. We're happy to see them anytime.
Speaking of locations, you also have an office over there in Hamburg that's pretty convenient. And
yeah.
You guys kind of remodeled. I guess it was old. It was like BMW.
It was an old Porsche dealership, I believe.
Was it a Porsche dealership? Well,
yeah. I wouldn't know because I don't drive those. I mean, if it was a used, you know, like Toyota, I'd probably be all over it. But
I know that place is fancy. I've been over there, and I was like, wow, man, this is awesome.
But we actually have offices in Georgetown, Rockcastle, Somerset, Hamburg, and in our main office on Richmond Road.
Yeah. So what about your role? What's your role with BGO, and how did you get involved with them?
Well, I was actually I'm a physician assistant and work with Dr. Huff, who's focuses sports medicine, and I've done a little bit of everything from neurosurgery to emergency medicine to urgent care, and Dr. Huff and I crossed paths, and actually Chesley Bloyd, who's a PA with us too, kind of threw my name into the ring, and Dr. Huff picked us up, and I've been there with him for the last 4 years, and we actually, like I said, have just grown the sports medicine, and with the help of Andrew, to you know, where it's kind of, we're right there at the apex of where, you know, you can keep growing, but you want to kind of control the growth. So as much as, you know, as fast as we can grow, we want to, but in the same vein, we don't want to sacrifice our availability and our work ethic for that.
Yeah, and you guys take pride on providing quality health care for these student athletes, and again, you know, we witness it firsthand when we're at a game and BGO's out there on the sideline. We know these athletes are in good hands.
Yeah, and the nice thing about it is, you know, it's not, you know, we treat the kids like they're our kids. I mean, you know, we're all, you know, most of us are parents, and, you know, we want the best for our kids, and you know, being able to have the parents come in with the kids to the clinic and see what we're all about, see that, you know, the first class facilities we have, and the, you know, the time we take to do a great physical exam, you know, to get all the imaging we need to make the best medical decision on what the proper treatment is for the kids, and that's what we try to be, first class.
Well, I'll tell you what, we couldn't do what we do without you guys, and we appreciate all the support that you give us on the network, and just very grateful for you guys being our partner.
We appreciate the time you give us to go up here and talk to everyone.
Yes, sir. Michael Blackburn with Bluegrass Orthopedics. You can check them out at BGO Ortho. Is that how it is?
Yeah, BGO Ortho or Bluegrass Orthopedics.
BluegrassOrthopedics.com. I keep getting that website mixed up.
Yeah, we promote a lot of BGO. Yeah, Twitter. Yeah, Andrew loves the Twitter.
Yeah. So again, BluegrassOrthopedics.com. Great information on there. You got great information video wise. I know we've helped you guys out a little bit with the library.
We appreciate it.
And get on there, check that out, and learn more about BGO and how they can help you and your student athlete. We'll be right back here with halftime. Coach Mike Meehan with his UFOs coming up next.
Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Kentucky's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association and the Kentucky High School Athletic Directors Association.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today. And we always will be, for generations to come.
My tax refund usually helps me out, but this year it was much lower than what it was supposed to be. This isn't enough to get me caught up. What am I supposed to do?
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. The consultation is free in Lexington and now in London.
Welcome back to the farm here on a beautiful night at the beautiful campus of Frederick Douglass High School. Frederick Douglass is ahead in this football game, 14-7 over the vaunted Scott County Cardinals. A really good game. Gary and I have been really commenting on the time of possession. It's just been incredible. Scott County just drives the ball, takes up the time. And then Frederick Douglass now has caught on a little bit. They really figured out a way to get through that line of scrimmage and throwing the football. We'll go over the stats for you in just a few minutes. First of all, we're going to do what we usually do is our UFOs. What we decided years ago is there are so many people that help out the football programs but don't get a lot of credit for what we do. So we call them the UFOs, which stands for Unheralded Football Overachiever. Scott County, we'll do Scott County first. And Scott County Coach McKee immediately got back with me, and he wanted to name as his UFOs his 2 assistant coaches, Monty McIntyre and Scott Willer. We know both of these guys, and they're really, really good people and good coaches. Here's a quote from Coach McKee, directly from him. These 2 guys could be head football coaches anywhere in the state, and he's absolutely right. Besides being tremendous football coaches, both of these men are head coaches of other sports in the spring. Scott is the Cards baseball coach, and the baseball team has had great success, being regional champs 2 out of the last 3 years. Monty is the track coach. They were regional champs last year. What's special to me about that with all the coaches at Scott County, encourage student athletes to play multiple sports, which has always been a big thing for me, to have these kids not just stay at one sport all the time like some people try to talk them into doing, but get the high school experience. Play at different sports. Play as many as you can. And I encourage that, and so does, by the way, Julian Tackett, the KHSAA superintendent. Julian Tackett has always said that these young men should have the opportunity to play in different sports. Coach McKee is proud of Coach McIntyre and Coach Willard and all they do for the football team and all they do for the young people at Scott County High School. So congratulations to Monty McIntyre, Scott Willard, assistant coaches, the Scott County Cardinal UFOs for this game. Now let's go to Douglas High School. Douglas High School. The UFO chosen in Douglas High School for Coach Lamb is Antonio Chenault. Antonio Chenault is a defensive tackle, actually. Number 25 on your chart, number 1 in your heart. He's a great kid, Coach says. He does a lot at the school and always does it with a smile. He volunteers in so many different things. And one thing that he does that I think is extremely special is he helps the special needs students during the advisory period. He takes his time and his effort to work with those young people who are much more disadvantaged than he is, someone that he can really, they can really look up to. Coach Lannis says that Antonio goes out of his way to help everybody when he can. So this is a really special young man. So congratulations to Antonio Lannis, defensive tackle, all-around good guy, someone that really supports the program in the school and the football team, Antonio Chenault. All right, now we're going to go to the rules of the game. It's funny how these rules sometimes jump out. I pick them early in the week, and then sometimes they occur in the game, and we get to talk about it. We're going to do today the illegal forward pass, and I am going to surprise everybody in a minute. I am. Illegal forward pass. First of all, everybody argues about this because they watch pro football. Here is the pro football rule. This is pro football. Any part of the quarterback is in or behind the neutral zone when the ball is thrown, it's legal. It is legal. Even if the quarterback's whole body, his front foot, and the ball is past the line of scrimmage, if his heel of his back foot is behind the line or on the line of scrimmage, then it is legal. But that's not the rule in high school at all. Gary's putting his headset on. It gets a little noisy.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's all right, buddy. The high school rule is both feet must be behind in the neutral zone or behind the neutral zone for it to be legal. So in other words, the whole body of the quarterback has to be behind the line of scrimmage. Now when we say the neutral zone, they can be, people don't realize this, they can be in the neutral zone or behind the neutral zone. Mm-hmm. They just can't be past the neutral zone. Also, here's another one for you, Gary. If the quarterback is under center for your favorite play and mine, well, not really. It's the other play to stop the clock when you spike the ball. Mm-hmm. You're going to spike it, right? I've seen this happen before. Quarterback gets to center. It has to be a direct snap. You can't spike the ball from a shotgun. You can't. It's got to be direct snap. So the quarterback's under center. He gets the ball. He goes to spike it, and it drops out of his hand. He fumbles it. He picks it up and spikes it. That is an illegal forward pass because he lost possession when he dropped it. He picked it up, threw it forward. That's an illegal forward pass. Okay, now here's the surprise. Son of a gun, 30-some years of coaching, and I swear I didn't know this. But you pointed out to me the head of the officials was here, so I went out and sat by him to ask him this question. And here's the rule. On page 132 of the 2018 Rules by Topics official book for officials and referees in football in Kentucky, here's the rule. In simple terms, the passer may cross the line of scrimmage, retreat back behind the line of scrimmage, and throw a pass as long as both feet are behind the line when the pass is thrown. Never knew that. It is not like that in college rules, and it's not like that in pro rules. It's only high school rules where that happens. the quarterback can go past the line of scrimmage, back up, go back across the line of scrimmage, and throw a pass, and it's perfectly legal as long as both feet are behind the line of scrimmage. So there you are. That's your rules of the game this week. The illegal forward pass, what's legal and what's illegal. No more questions about that. We do know that it's different in pros and high school, but that's the way it is now in the high school football. Gary?
Thank you very much, Coach. Good job there. And, of course, we want to remind you that this halftime report brought to you by Roberts Insurance. They're over in Richmond, Kentucky. Roberts Insurance, they insure half this great state of Kentucky. Bob Roberts, Joe, John, they are simply the best insurance company in the business, Bob Roberts Insurance. Well, 9-7 in first down. Scott County had more of those. Scott County also had 130 yards of total offense, but Douglas comes in 132, Coach. But where Scott County won everything was in the time of possession. It does matter in this game, Coach. We say the possession time doesn't matter. It's 16 minutes, 38 seconds for Scott County, just time of possession 7:22 for Douglas. And as we take a look at some of the replays there from the first half, highlights. There's that pass, Coach. You can tell them what's going on, Coach.
That was nice. That ball was thrown almost perfectly. He got a hand on it, but pretty good coverage. Here's another one, interception. Really nice job of coming over from that backup linebacker spot.
Yeah.
Although I'm not sure he wasn't just playing safety there. The little pitch out. Now watch him make the first person miss. He always does. And then a little hurdle over the tackler trying to come in low. Fishback he's pretty amazing.
Yeah, he's pretty athletic.
Here it is again. The tackler comes in low. It's better just line up on that hip and try to drive him out of bounds.
That could be a Sports Center top 10. A play that didn't even count because, remember, they both got flags on that penalty.
They both got flags on it. Somebody got flags on it. Made 3 people miss that time. So what's the quarterback stats for Freddie Douglas?
He is the quarterback. Cameron Jones is 7 of 9, 71 yards and a touchdown, 1 pick.
7 of 9. He needs 2 more touchdowns, right?
Right.
To break a record.
Yep.
Quarterback again. Nice release. Cameron Jones has a really quick release. When he gets inside to throw the ball, watch how quick he brings that ball up and throws.
Yeah, that's what Gino Gaduli really likes about him, the quarterback coach at Cincinnati, who he committed to earlier.
Yeah, nice release.
And by the way, University of Cincinnati, they're 5-0 right now.
Yep. Yeah, they're doing a really good job up there.
Ritter's the quarterback, and he's a redshirt freshman from St. Xavier High School out of Louisville.
Purdue's got a couple Kentucky boys.
Rondell Moore's lighting it up. He's the superstar we saw play for Trinity last year in the state championship game. And I'll give you the scoring.
And the head coach, too.
Yep. The scoring looked like this. It all happened in the second quarter. 7:23, Daykel Crowdis hauled in an 18-yard touchdown pass from Cameron Jones. Then the Ligeb kick made it 7-0 Douglas. Back came Scott County at the 5:20 mark. Austin Barnett 2 yards out. And Giesey's kick made it 7-7, Scott County and Douglas. Then with 2:44 to go in the first half, DeMarco Fishback went 2 yards out, and the Ryan Ligeb kick made it 14-7. That's where we stand, Coach. And remember, Scott County won that toss, and Scott County took the ball, so they will be kicking to the Broncos of Frederick Douglass High School over here off Winchester Road. And Douglas comes in 6-0, Coach, and also ranked number 2 in the state of Kentucky behind Louisville Male.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of Male last night. They kind of jumped on Bryan Station early and kept that lead. But they're a very impressive quarterback also, and some pretty good receivers. So it looks to me like if those teams meet down the road, it's going to come down to which defense can play the best right then and there, and injuries. By the time these playoffs come around, injuries play a really big factor.
Actually, I'm looking at Douglas. They're 7-0, Coach. I said they were 6-0. They're 7-0, and they have a bye week next week. They're off next week. Then they play Henry Clay. That'll be a good ball game on the 19th. be Douglas and Henry Clay at Henry Clay, and then they play Connor out of Northern Kentucky. They should win that one easily. So I see Douglas, depending on what happens tonight, they'll either go, 9-1, could go undefeated, but they play Henry Clay, and Scott County certainly found out how tough Henry Clay was last week.
Well, if Henry Clay's quarterback gets hot, and they've got those Jackson boys on the outside, it's really difficult to slow them down from scoring. But again, when you get in these later parts of the year, Gary, it comes down to defense, which teams are better prepared defensively. So.
Yeah, it's Frederick Douglass and Scott County, and we're just about set for the second half kickoff here at Douglass. Boy, the field looks great. I went to took a restroom break at halftime, Coach, and I tell you what, there is a big crowd in here.
It's a huge crowd, and I'm Scott County's crowd picked up too. A lot of excitement here on this side of town with this team.
Yep.
Brand new team. Last year was our first year. Had a great season last year. And
yeah, they went. They won 10 games.
Yeah.
So right now they sit at 17-3. They won 17 out of 20 football games. Second-year program.
That's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Really good coaching staff. I know some of these people. Jim Franklin's over here working with them, and so is Burton and several people.
And Jim McKee certainly has a good staff over there at Georgetown and Scott County with Scott Willard and
Monty McIntyre.
Monty McIntyre.
And they're loyal, too. They've been with him for a long time.
Yep. So Scott County will be kicking to Douglass here to start the second half. Jalen Bybee is back deep. Jalen Bybee back deep at the 15-yard line.
There's the kick.
And it's taken by at the 40-yard line up to the 41.
I don't understand that.
Covering the ball there at the 41-yard line.
They're afraid of run backs, aren't they? A little bit nervous about kicks being run back. See if they change their defensive look here.
It was on the 41-yard line, where Douglas will start first and 10.
Cameron Jones, he sends triple receivers out to the top. From the 41-yard line. Back to pass. Fires it over to Daquel Crowdis. Crowdis, he's at midfield. He's at the 40. Crowdis to the 30. And let's see. We're going to have a flag? No flag, but we did have a sort of a high tackle there, Coach.
It was.
Take a look at it again.
It looked like it might have been a porch collar, but I think he kind of pushed him forward, so they didn't make a call.
Sir. Hey, sir.
For a first down, Bronco.
Hey, Bean. We got a guy standing in front of us. We can't
at
see.
The 30-yard line, and it's going to be given to the 25-yard line. That's going to be Fishback.
Hey,
Bean. Hey, sir. Thanks. At the 25 now, I can see, Coach.
There we go.
Trip set out to the top. Fishback around the right side, cuts it back, 20, and he's down to the first down, down to the 19-yard line. DeMarco Fishback.
Yeah, nice job again on the tackle. The one person that we can count on in here is Burke Watts. He's just everywhere.
Oh, yeah, he's really good. He's the younger brother of Cooper Watts, who played at Scott County.
Yeah, I remember
him.
Yeah,
he was really good. He played basketball, too. Cooper was a really good basketball player.
Back in that pistol formation.
At the 19, Cameron Jones, 14-7 Douglas, just underway here in the second half. Jones fakes it, tucks it back, comes back to the near side, and he is going to be knocked down, and here come flags. Yeah,
my Burke Watts might have got the penalty there for taking his helmet off. Let's take a real close look at that. Bam. Yeah, he pulled his helmet off. That tackle, you can't tackle a guy's helmet.
Let's look at it again, Coach.
Yeah, see, watch, he'll go for his helmet.
That's big Hudson that's got him there, 63, wearing 63 now instead of 71 because he had blood on the 71 jersey.
Right.
He just made a good tackle, so it wasn't him that took the helmet off.
It was they call it face mask because actually you can't grab any opening of the helmet. Any opening if constitutes a face mask penalty.
To the 8-yard line.
Look at the splits. Now see, look, Frederick Douglass now, look what they're doing. They've opened their splits up. They have a really good 3.5 foot splits now. They got to mark that first down and drop that pylon.
Scott County coming in with.
Look at the split between the tackle and the guard. Guard and center and tackle. And pulls it.
Fishback up the gut. Fishback running hard down to the 2-yard line.
It's a really nice job of pulling the backside guard to help on blocking on that play, a little trap loop.
So Fishback takes it down to the 3, and that's where the Broncos will have it at the 3-yard line. Cameron Jones. Fishback sets to his left, triple receivers to the bottom. Jones gives to Fishback. He's down to the close to the 1.
Yeah, that was tough. Good job by Scott County making that penetration that time with those big defensive linemen.
Yeah.
Scott County, good job also by Zach Coleman coming in there and making a tackle.
Yeah, Hudson, you don't want to run that way.
No.
6'5", 305.
But see what they're doing, Gary? They're splitting those lines. Offensive tackles and guards are splitting, getting those big splits. And allowing Fishback to try to sneak through those little holes. Now they close it down here. They might be running to the left side.
Fishback,
right.
Direct snap, cuts it back, and he's not going to get in. Good defense by the Cardinals of Scott County. So 4th down now. They're running pretty much the same play. Why not try something outside or a pass? But Douglas was predictable, weren't they?
They were, and I wouldn't doubt at all if they didn't.
They're going to kick a field goal.
Yeah, just kick a field goal here and just count your blessings and get out of there.
So Ligab will come in. Ligab will kick it, the field goal. They'll place it at the 11. It'll be a 21-yard field goal.
Now, this would be a good job for a fake. This would be a good time for a fake.
Montavian Bean is the holder. He's a backup quarterback.
Absolutely.
So Bean the holder. Waiting for the snap. Bean can't get it down. He's rolling to the left. Looking to pass, cuts it back. He's going to be stopped at the 4-yard line. Scott County does a good job defensively.
Yeah. See, it's a good place for a fake, Gary, because now if you don't make it, Scott County has to drive the ball 95 or 94, 98 yards or whatever, and that's hard to do. What's going on now? You got a flag?
.9:04 to go in the 3rd quarter. And
come on, Joe, make a call.
Douglas on top, 14-7. It's against Scott County.
It's a sideline warning.
Okay, sideline warning against Scott County. Yep. They can get another one.
Yep, they're okay. That's just that's the first warning. Back off. Don't get in my way, officials say.
Austin Barnett. Peyton Brown, Bronson Brown.
They're backed up, buddy.
They're at the 4-yard line. Cade McKee. Up the middle, Barnett. He gets about 3 yards.
Squirted up there. Nice tackle there by 4.
Frederick Jewett, number 15, made the play.
And number 4 was in on it, too.
Yeah, Gabe Hilliard.
Hilliard's been in on a lot of plays.
Yeah, he's made some plays tonight, hasn't he, from that middle linebacker spot. 2nd down and 7. Clock moving, 8 minutes, 35 seconds to go, 3rd quarter.
Okay, now the defensive ends, they got to stay in position here. They can't come running in trying to tackle the ball carrier.
Give it back inside. He's hit back at the line of scrimmage, maybe behind the line of scrimmage.
He lost yardage.
As that'll be Peyton Brown. He'll lose a couple of yards, Coach. So it'll be 3rd down and about 10.
Yeah, that looked like Jay Sean Kaufman back there making the tackle. So really nice job. Boy, I'll tell you what. They tried the little inside handoff. They tried a little counter. They tried the fullback. They're not getting out of here, boy. The punter's starting to get nervous now. Punter's on the sideline going, uh-oh. This makes it tough.
Third down for McKee. Sends Brown in motion. Tosses around the left side to Brown. Bronson Brown to the 10 and knocked down there at about the 11-yard line. Good pursuit and defensive play made there by the Broncos. That was Hayden Hunt, number 8, Coach.
Well, at least they got some room to punt now. You know, get out of that shadow of that goalpost where they can get some get a punt in there. See, that wasn't such a bad idea to go for the fake there. Now the pressure's on the punter to keep it away from the return man. Who is who? Is that?
Rebel back to punt in the end zone. And you got to watch the return man for Douglas, Rebel. And here's the punt. Shanks it.
It's okay.
And it goes. That was Fishback who's back there. They're going to mark it out at about the 40-yard line.
I don't want to kick the Fishback either. I'm sure that punter did a good job that time. Unless he can punt it 60, 70 yards, keep it away from Fishback. 6:50 to go now in the third quarter. The wind's picking up a little bit, Gary. I'm looking at, I don't know if we're going to get rain or what, but the flag is sticking out there pretty good.
Yeah, we've been lucky on the weather, at least so far. 6:50 to go in the third, and Douglas will have it at the 40-yard line of the Cardinals of Scott County. Triple receivers go out to the left. Bean out there with Micah Lowe. Daquel Crowdis is to the near side. And Cameron Jones out of the gun. Gives to DeMarco Fishback up the gun. Fishback tripped up at the 33-yard line. He was trying to break that one, but he's stopped there, making a nice play defensively. Coach was number 12 for Scott County.
Yeah.
And
Peyton Brown.
So Brown made a nice play coming in playing defense.
I'll tell you who's got a really tough job out there. I've been watching him a little bit. Lonnie Collins, the center for Douglas. He's playing hard out there against Christian Carter.
Cameron Jones back to pass, throws it, and it's going to be incomplete.
That's grounding.
Let's see if they call that intentional grounding. He was beyond the tackles box.
That's ground. There's no tackle box in high school.
Well, he was 20 yards back, Coach.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't count. There is not such thing as a tackle box in high school. If you throw it and there's no receiver there.
Right. I understand that, but I'm just saying there was no flag. They didn't throw one.
They're talking about it.
Yeah, now they throw one.
Yeah. Yep. See, the officials, they have to check with the back judge. They have to check with the line judge to see if there was a receiver in the area. And there was no – it was obvious that he was trying to get rid of the football.
So it'd be intentional grounding.
That's loss of down.
So it will be third down. And it's going to be about 15 for first down.
Okay, this is a big down for them. This is where your quarterback earns his keep right here.
Actually, it's going to be third down at about 17.
Yeah.
They move it back to the 47-yard line.
Yeah,
They've got to get down to the 30.
It's third and Rafferty's here.
Rafferty's is in that direction, actually.
Yeah. They're going to have to get to Rafferty's, catch the football, run up there and get a prime rib sandwich to get a first down.
6:15 to go in this third quarter. Douglas leads 14-7 over Scott County. Third down and 17. Triple receivers out to the far side. Jones looking that way, throws it deep, and it's going to be tipped up, intercepted on the tip, and taken up to the – here's a flag coming in.
Yeah, there's some fisticuffs going on over there on the sideline.
Yep. It's tipped up, and it was intercepted.
Yeah, let's watch this again on Kentucky Loop here. UPS helping us out here. Well, it's just thrown up for grabs. He tried to catch it, tipped it, caught it.
I think it was Brown who intercepted. That was 29, Coach.
Yeah, 29 for
let's see, 29 was there for them. For
29, Tazian Stakelin.
Stakelin with the pick. And I think, was there a punch thrown?
They were pushing and shoving. It could go either way. It might go against both.
So the second pick tonight for Scott County.
And it was out of bounds when it happened, so.
Yeah, it's a personal foul against Scott County. It's going to move them all the way back to the 12-yard line. That's a big penalty against the Cardinals.
It is, and I think it was initiated, by the Frederick Douglass guy. But he didn't do anything illegal. He just initiated a little pushing and shoving there on the tackle. You know, if there wasn't a whistle blown, he was still involved in the tackle, so it can't be against him. That hurts him. They just can't get away from that goal line, Gary.
Austin Barnett. They give to Brown right side, and he's hit and gets up to about the 15-yard line.
Yeah. First contact that time was Connor Farley on the first contact, but he kind of bounced off him and got a couple of people made the tackle.
Burt picks up about 3.
Yeah, they're not happy with 3 yards. They want to try to get 4 to 5 yards on first down.
7 carries, 47 yards for Brown, for Bronson. Peyton has 5 carries, 7 yards. Austin Barnett, 19 carries, 78 yards. And running with it is Brown to the left side, and he's to the 25. He got the first down.
Pretty nice job. Really good block going out there too, Gary. Good block downfield by Cade Mullins. Boom, look at that fake. Man, they run the corner.
That's the best run from scrimmage tonight for Brown.
Little face mask action they could have called against Scott County. The runner grabbed the face mask that time.
First down to the 25-yard line. Austin Barnett to the 30, picks up about 5.
Yeah, you know, they're just not getting ahead on Gabe Hilliard. Gabe Hilliard is making these tackles on the fullback, and somebody needs to get ahead on him. They need to block him.
That's 20 carries, 83 yards now for Barnett.
Yeah. If it wasn't for Hilliard, he'd gone 15 more yards.
Second down and let's call it 6 at the 30-yard line. 14-7 with 4:51 to go in the third. Douglas on top of Scott County. They give to Brown, only around the right side. He's got some room. Brown to the 40, up to the 45-yard line, and a first down. And finally stopped there, making the play, Devin Neal.
Brown did a nice job that time. He got the corner and made that last cutback to get a few extra yards. Yeah, they're starting to run those little misdirection stuff with better effect outside instead of inside.
Mike keeps saying he can't hardly hear him. First down at the 45. And give up the gut, knock backwards.
Nothing there. Another helmet popped off.
Austin Barnett.
Number 15's helmet popped off.
Yeah,
Frederick Jewett. He had to come off. He comes out for a play.
So it'll be second down and 8. 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Douglas started out. They received the ball, and they went down and could not punch it in after they got first and goal, and then they tried a field goal, and I don't know if that was a design fake or what, but Bean tried to run it in. He was stopped. Now Scott County, second down. Brown hit, dropped
nothing there
behind the line of scrimmage.
They're running the belly second back through, and Freddie Douglas isn't falling for it all. Those linebackers are coming up, and they're really pushing the line of scrimmage on the outside. They're better off running those little sweeps. But, again, their whole concept now is to drive this football and get a score. But this is a big down right here, Gary.
Third down. They need about 8 yards. Motion by Bronson Brown. McKee's got it, rolling, and he's going to be sacked all the way back at the 38-yard line. Hilliard got him, Coach.
Yeah, they tried to took too much time on the fake, and there's just way too much pressure. And Hilliard is playing one heck of a game. Really good game.
So this will probably force a punt here by Rebel.
Yeah, he couldn't even pull the trigger. There was a guy right in his face.
I believe they've got, is that Fishback back deep, Coach?
Yeah. Pretty sure it's Fishback. I wouldn't kick to him.
Let's see what Rebel does. Punting back inside the 25. Bobbles the punt, gets it off, and fair catch called at the 35 by DeMarco Fishback. So that's where the Douglas Broncos will have it. They lead 14-7, 2:19 to go here in the third quarter from the farm here at Douglas High School. We'll be back here in 30 seconds. PrepSpin.com.
They say that being a Kentuckian makes you unique. At Whitaker Bank, we agree. We've always been unique. Whitaker Bank understands our communities and its people because we're from here. Kentucky owned, Kentucky based, always has been, always will be. Yeah, you could say we are a unique bank, and we're proud of it. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
Some things never change. Like the sound of pads crushing against the equipment, the feel of cleats on fresh cut grass, or the deep rest from a full practice. Another thing that never changes, the feeling of relief when the whistle blows for break. And the savory snack to go along with it.
Welcome back. Here's Cameron Jones. Gives it to DeMarco Fishback. He is to the 40, to the midfield. DeMarco to the 40, 30, and ran out of bounds at the 35, about the 27-yard line, excuse me, DeMarco Fishback. And I believe that was Fannin who ran him out.
Nice run, nice run. They're going to give him a little breather here. They pull him out for a play, give him a little rest.
Injured Scott County player down at the 47-yard line. Tell us what happened, Coach.
Yeah, they just ran a little sweep. He bounced it outside, and pretty rough hit out of bounds. But he did a little flip and did a good job. Yeah, I think that was a block out down the field. Looked like he got kicked. It's hard to tell. He might be out there a while.
So we'll step out here on PrepSpin. 14-7, Douglas on top. We'll be back on the Minkey Beef Jerky Game of the Week.
Is a moment to remember. This is a Minkey moment.
Devin Neal takes it to the 25 where he stopped right there, and coming up making the play was Watts, Burke Watts.
Sure, Robinson is tearing it up.
28-21.
Yep.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it is.
Next week we've got Lexington, Callaghan, Boyle County.
Oh, man. That's going to be a real good one.
Could decide to 3A. Cameron Jones back to pass. He's in pressure, rolls to the right, and he is going to run over top the player for Scott County as he lowers his shoulder. Cameron Jones, man, he lowered 6'8", 220 pounds. That's a lot of weight coming at you.
I wouldn't be too happy to see him run like that and try to run over people. I'm sure he's going to be educated to get out of bounds next time.
Down to the 23.
It's really good replay here. 44 made a nice hit. Get him out, get him down.
We're approaching 58 seconds now to go in this third quarter. 3rd down and 6. Cameron Jones back, pressure coming, throws it, and it's going to be incomplete. There is a flag down. There is a flag down. Penalty marker down.
We've had a pretty clean game. There hasn't been that many penalties in this game. Stop the clock with 49 seconds.
The scoreboard show coming up tonight. Kentucky Scoreboard Show. Rick Shaw, Don Atkins, 10 to midnight. 6:30 WLAP. Kentucky Scoreboard Show.
Here's the call.
It's holding against the Broncos. Declined.
Well, I would take it.
Yeah, that would be 10 yards, wouldn't it, Coach? I mean, you could take them back all the way to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, you got to make them work for it. They have to work. They're too good of a
They're going
team.
to make Douglas make a choice here. They're going to go for it. Yeah, they're going to go for it on 4th down at the 23 of Scott County. The Broncos 14 to Cardinals 7. Gary Ball with Mike Meehan, William Warfield.
Big Joe Allen.
Yeah, Joe Allen, Jack Haynes. Jack Haynes, our cameraman. Here's Cameron Jones. Sets it, throws, and it's going to be incomplete. Down to the 10-yard line as it's broken up down there. Good defense by Scott County.
I'm real happy with, and I'm sure Coach McKee's real happy with the coverage on these receivers. But on the other hand, you can't be happy with allowing them to get the ball, driving the ball down that far every time. Scott County Frederick Douglass keeps putting Scott County in the hole.
Yeah.
Every series.
Well, that's 2 drives now. They got the first drive, they was 1st and goal, and they ran the same play, and it got stopped every time.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
And then this time they drive it all the way down nearly to the red zone and don't get anything out of that either.
Well, that drive, they took it down there close. We both questioned the play calls on that.
McKee gives to Brown around the right side. He's to the 25. He's to the 35, and finally somebody had a leg. I think Neal had a leg, Devin Neal.
Neal
will not let go of that leg and drug him down to the 39.
He's lucky he got a hold of that leg, too.
17-yard pickup, and that's a great job there by Bronson Brown. 10 carries, 82 yards now. But Fishback with that long run, he has 16 carries, 123 yards for.
It's probably close to his average.
Austin Barnett, midfield, and he's close to the 1st down marker. Devin Neal making a stop again.
They're wearing Devin Neal out here now. I'm telling you what, this is the time when it's 16 seconds to go. This is going to be the end of the 3rd quarter, Gary.
Yeah, I think that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter. I don't think Scott County is going to get a playoff. They just have to go switch the field. That'll only be about 2 yards flipping it because they're out up near midfield. So that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. And Douglas 14, Scott County 7 when we head to the 4th quarter here at the farm at Douglas High School here on the Minkey Beef Jerky High School Football Game of the Week.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
Did you know that 86% of all patients who have their braces removed eventually have teeth that shift back? I'm Dr. Douglas Durbin of Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign. Our exclusive permanent retainer will keep your teeth straight for the rest of your life. And it's because it's worn behind your teeth. No one will know you have it. Tell your family dentist you want a smile that lasts a lifetime.
Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign offers complete monthly financing. So call Doctors Durbin, Morris, and Garner today or visit kyortho.com.
Some things never change. Like the sound of pads crushing against the equipment, the feel of cleats on fresh-cut grass, or the deep rest from a full practice. Another thing that never changes, the feeling.
1st and 10 for the Cardinals of Scott County, and Cade McKee, he's under a center now. Cade, he gives to Barnett to the 45, down to the close to the first down marker. Devin Neal helping out along with Arnold on the stop, but not before. I tell you what, this Barnett kid's picking up big chunks of yardage, Coach.
Yeah, they're killing them with the fullback, and their offensive line are getting to that second level and blocking those linebackers, and it's really wreaking some havoc in there.
Barnett now over 100 yards, 23 carries, 105 yards in the touchdown. 2nd down and a yard for the Cardinals. Barnett's got the 1st down, and he's going to slide down to the 38-yard line. 1st down for the Cardinals.
Yeah, a little bit of everybody was in on that tackle, a little bit of the entire defensive line, but Warner was underneath the pile.
And Douglas has had 2 really good opportunities to score here in the second half and haven't scored either time. Credit to Scott County and their stingy defense.
Scott County stingy defense, but look at Frederick Douglass backing them up, making them work for everything we've got. Now they're playing man-to-man. Don't look in the backfield. They're going to sneak one by you. There's that sweep again.
Reverse to Montano Jones. He's to the 30, and he's down to the 20-yard line. And finally shoved out of bounds right there. And one of the linebackers, Hilliard, shaking up a little bit.
Wow, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, Hilliard shaking up. I don't think that's a cramp, but it could be.
Gary, Austin Taylor, the big tackle, got out in front of that and made a key block to get that sweep going. Austin Taylor, you talk about somebody, a quick big man.
That could be cramps because that's what they're working on, like it's cramps, Coach.
That's good, yeah.
For Hilliard.
Stretching him out.
11:06 to play, Coach. 14-7, Douglas leading the Cardinals of Scott County. Scott County was ranked number 2 in the state behind Louisville Male. Then they ran into Henry Clay last week, and the quarterback of Henry Clay had a field day, had a career night. DJ Van Horn will have a feature on that Sunday on the Scholastic Ball Report. Also, Nicholas County, our team of the week, and Henry Clay's Dale Groupie. What a legend Dale Groupie is, the volleyball coach there at Henry Clay.
They've got a good program all the way around.
Yeah, there's, by the way, their team GPA coach at Henry Clay for the volleyball, the girls, 3.9.
Yeah. That's
the team GPA.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's got that. 20-yard line. Scott County on the march here. Look out, Cardinals. Barnett down low. Barnett driving, and here comes a flag as Barnett gets down to about the 17. A flag came in late.
Yeah, I'm really surprised at that. You're right. The flag came in like it would be a face mask. Yeah, a face mask. It has to be a face mask.
Henry Clay giving William Warfield some love the other night. He did a Henry Clay volleyball game, and all the girls paused and waved at him during the game.
That was a setup.
That's how those high GPAs are.
Yeah,
when you got a high grade point average, you can do things like that.
Yeah, and you know who your friends are, too.
Yeah, that's
the
right.
The guy that's going to film you.
That's right, the guy with the camera.
Yeah, with the camera.
He's usually the guy you want to know all about. So 1st down, boy, that's a big penalty. They get the down back, too, Coach. 1st and about 2 for the Cardinals. Motion by Jones. Goes away from us. Barnett down low, and he's driving down to about the 9-yard line. 1st down for
he's powerful.
Barnett. Austin.
That's a powerful young man. He actually had a hole to the outside. If he could have broke outside, he might have gone in.
Coach, he's 5'8", 180 pounds of all muscle.
I guarantee it. I think I've seen him in the weight room on some Twitter things. Powerful young man.
9-yard line, 1st and goal. This is where Douglas was a couple of series ago, and they couldn't punch it across. See if Scott County can do it. Jones in motion. Barnett hit, and
quarterback kept it.
Yeah, McKee kept it, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he fumbled it too, and Douglas has the ball. So you're right. Let's take a look at that replay, Coach, because you got to tell everybody what happened. I thought Barnett had it. Everybody on Douglas was tackling Barnett.
No, McKee kept the football. I could see that. Boom, he gets hit right there. He still has the ball. Boom, he gets hit right there. Yeah, that's a fumble. That's a fumble. They knocked the ball loose. Let's see who makes that.
Tell us what's going on, Coach.
Yeah, they made a good hit. Number 15. Yeah, number 15 made a great hit, and
I think that's number 3 there, Coach.
No, number 3 got the ball.
That's on the recover. Here's the wave from the Henry Clay volleyball team.
They tried to throw the quick hitch out there. Nice tackle by Scott County.
Yeah.
Look at that.
There's the wave from
to the camera.
Henry Clay girls.
Hi, William. Hi, PrepSpin.
Yeah, we know you're there.
Yep.
And you can see them Sunday on the Scholastic Ball Report. Good job, William. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Somebody waved to me the other day in the car, but I don't think it was a hello.
Second down. Oh, I got you, Coach. Cameron Jones from the end zone fires it, and a diving catch up to the 25. What a catch by DeMarco Fishback. He laid out for that one, Coach.
Yeah, see, that's the most dangerous thing they've got is getting him out of the backfield like that. He can be really deadly.
From the end zone. We got to take a look at that again. Yeah, Cameron Jones from the end zone leads it out, and diving great catch by Fishback to the 20.
Nice effort to try to block that ball, too. And
take a look from Jack Haynes' shot.
Nice throw, nice catch.
DeMarco into the line, and he's coming up to the 24-yard line. Tackled there, and that was a good stop. Let's see who some of the I'll tell you, that's Rylan Reed helping out on that play. 44 for Scott.
Nice hit, nice tackle.
Yep. Second down and 7 up near the 25-yard line for Douglas.
Get to all your playmakers.
Clock moving, 9:20 to go. Douglas up 14-7. Cameron Jones, little pitch out, and it's going to be Fishback hit and by Reed, and
yeah, you're not going to run over those guys. They're way too strong in the weight room to try to run over top of them. Good sportsmanship all the way around in this football game.
Yeah, Fishback gets up. I tell you what, a little slowly, Coach.
He got hit.
He got plastered. Be 3rd down and 8. Scott County's defense came to play tonight. They got 2 interceptions, and they have been hitting hard, Coach.
Hitting hard against a really good football team. We got a little timeout over here.
Yeah, that reminds you of that. This reminds you of that Moeller game they won 10-7 a few weeks ago up at Cincinnati. I covered the GCL. When you defeat a Moeller team, you've got a good football team.
You do.
Because I've covered the GCL for years with St. X, Elder, Moeller, LaSalle, and all those teams. I covered it with Anthony Munoz, and I tell you what, you walk in those places like the Pit up there at Elder, and there's 10,000 people there at the game. It's unbelievable.
GCL, Greater Cincinnati League?
Yeah, Greater Catholic League.
Catholic, yeah.
All Catholic schools. And that's what Scott County was up against when they played Moeller, and they defeated Moeller 10-7. They came back the following week, and LaSalle got them 37-7, and then they played Henry Clay. And was that an anomaly, that Henry Clay game, Coach?
It was Henry Clay deciding they're going to play football. We saw them.
They got a lot of athletes, don't they?
Yeah, and they're a good football team. They just couldn't find a gear, you know. They just couldn't seem to quite turn it over into that gear. It's a great school. They have a super academic program over there, and I just think that Coach Simpson maybe hit the switch the right way now.
Douglas, they know that this is a big 3rd down and 8 at the 23-yard line. Big play in this football game. They're only up by a touchdown. Cameron Jones rolling to the right, sets, throws. He's got Hayden Hunt. Hayden Hunt to 40. Hayden Hunt midfield. Hayden Hunt to the 40, to the 30, and he's going to the 20, the 10. He's going to the house. Touchdown.
That was a really good one there. Way to go.
Hayden Hunt. Boy, did he pick up some yardage.
Picks up some yardage. Great speed out there. Caught the football really nicely, but it was wide open. Somebody blew a coverage or something.
78-yard touchdown catch by Hayden Hunt. Number 8 of Frederick Douglass, and they lead 20-7, 8:27 to go.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look at that after this.
After this Ligeb kick. And that's something, he's been spectacular. Ligeb is something like, it's crazy what he is from point after touchdowns. I think he's only missed one. And it's blocked as I say that.
Yeah.
It's the old play-by-play jinx.
Yeah, you did him. You got him that time.
Yeah, he jinxed. So
let's
take a look at it again.
All right. Again, he rolled out to the right. There's no pressure at all. Receiver just sat down on that little curl route.
Hayden Hunt, man, he left him in his tracks.
Yeah, way too much speed.
78 yards for the score, and it's 20-7. Douglas on top of Scott County. You take a look at that again from the ground floor, if you will.
Very nice. Nice job of filming over there, Jack. Super job.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, speed kills, and we've seen that. That's what Henry Clay did, and Scott County, and that's what the Broncos are doing too.
8:27 to go in this game, and now Douglas has gone up by 2 scores, 20-7, leading Scott County.
Yeah, it's funny. They play so good defense and then have that one play. You know, that one play breaks it. So
Scott County will send back Barnett, and also they'll send back Martin.
They're right on the goal line, too.
Ligeb set to kick off. I don't know if he'll kick to one of them because Barnett, I don't know if you want to kick to Barnett, Coach.
No, I think he's going to try to kick it in the end zone.
So Ryan Ligeb into it, kicks it short, and it'll be scooped up by Barnett up to the 20. Barnett to 30. Barnett is going to be tackled at the 35. That's a good tackle or a saving tackle there. And that was Devin Neal who made the play. And Devin Neal, how many touchdowns has he saved tonight? About 3 or 4?
Yeah, he's the star of the game as far as defensively goes. He's been everywhere. He's made some huge plays. Good football team. I really like the way the Broncos are so balanced, Gary. They're balanced with the run. They're balanced with the pass.
So Micah McGlave, who has the only catch tonight, a 16-yard first down for the Scott County Cardinals. They fumbled the last time they had it. McKee gives now to Jones. Jones around the left side to 45. Jones to midfield. Jones down to the 43. No, they mark him out at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, he stepped out. Again, nice play. They run that sweep, and they're getting outside the containment. They've run that quite a bit tonight. Sure, Coach Landis and his staff are going to get watching this film, and they're going to say, hey, we got to do a better job on the edges out there.
First down. Austin Barnett dancing into the line. He gets a couple down to the 43-yard line. Would it be second down? Approaching 8 minutes to go in this football game. Douglas 20, Scott County 7.
Pretty good job inside all night long, trying to hold their own in there, the Frederick Douglass defensive line.
Jackie Long watching down in Texas. Shout out to her down in Texas. Second down. Give around the right side to Bronson Brown. Hit, and who else? Devin Neal.
He's everywhere.
Man, oh man, Devin Neal said, I'm going to play this second half.
Yeah, I don't think Brown should have cut inside. He was having pretty good luck outside. He decided to cut back, and Devin Neal met him and kissed him and said, here I am. Bam, right there.
Third down and 8.
Nice form tackle, too, Gary. Put his helmet on the football.
Wrapped him, Coach. Wrapped
him up, yeah.
They teach you to wrap. Of course, Mark Stoops was at the Male Bryan Station game last night. Male's quarterback Garrett Dennis is really good. Give to Jones, left side, and he's knocked backwards. Going to lose about 3 yards.
Neal again.
Neal again. Devin Neal has come to play. He's a defensive star here.
Well, wait a minute now. There's got to be more than one of him. Because he goes this way and he makes a tackle. He go that way and makes a tackle.
There's got to be two or three guys wearing number 5 tonight for the Broncos.
They're sneaking 2 guys in there.
Yeah, we know that Brian Hudson had put number 63 on because of the blood on his 71 jersey.
Yeah.
But we spotted that real quick, but we haven't spotted this other Neal guy.
No, I don't know. I'll tell you.
Fourth down, 6:27 to go. Douglas on top, 20-7, leading Scott County. Scott County. Fake. McKee back to pass. throws it in. It's going to be incomplete. Throws it over the head of his intended receiver, who was Bronson Brown.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Bronco football, and they're going to have pretty good field position, Coach.
Yeah, Brown got a little confused on the route. I think he was supposed to keep going, and he pulled up, ran a little out there. Now here's where it'll be interesting to watch a little coaching action here. Coach Landis, he's got a couple choices here. He can go try to, just break his game open, throw the ball deep right after that stop, that turnover, or control the clock. You got a nice two touchdown lead. You don't want to throw an interception here. So
Cameron Jones, he is 10 of 17, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks.
Yeah, he needs another passing touchdown.
193 yards is a flag, so his next touchdown, he will go over the 100-yard touchdown mark for his career.
Yeah, well, that's not important right now.
No.
It's really not at all important.
They want to stay undefeated.
They want to stay undefeated, not make a mistake, keep him healthy. Come on, ref.
Brought it back to the 41, so it'll be 1st and 15 from there for triple receivers to the bottom. Single to the top is Crowdis. Fishback. Cameron Jones tucks it right side, and he gets up to close to midfield, gets the penalty yards back and about 4 more.
Yeah, he better watch himself. Look, he landed right on his shoulder that time.
Yeah,
That's
you don't like this Jones kid doing that, do you?
No, I do not like him doing that. If you're going to run him and get him out of bounds. Don't take those kind of chances with your quarterback. You got a 2-touchdown lead. You have a tremendous running back that can keep you in the game.
Yeah, he should have given him the ball there. Hudson was chasing him.
You just landed on it.
He hits himself on the turf.
Yeah.
They got a week off for that shoulder to heal. Inside handoff to Fishback. Fishback cutting him back to the 40, down to the 37-yard line. DeMarco Fishback.
You know what I really like about Fishback? One of the things, his ball security. He carries that ball high and tight in the front, just like you're supposed to. He doesn't wave it around, doesn't carry it on his hip.
Yeah. Cameron Jones still playing with that right shoulder, Coach. Still, he's going, up with that wing, down. And that right shoulder's definitely bothering him.
Yeah, well, just hand the ball off to the big man there.
5 minutes, 8 seconds to go, and it's 20-7. Douglas leading Scott County.
That's one fish I would never put back.
Fishback, right side, cuts it back inside, down to the 30-yard line. Nice pickup of 8 yards.
Yeah, I think
Fishback really totaling up the yards now, Coach.
Yeah, Scott County's a little worn out now.
That's going to be 20 carries, 147 yards for Fishback.
And I'll tell you who's tired is Burke Watts. He made that tackle again. He's made, I don't know how many tackles today.
He's been on a bunch. Frederick Douglass running some clock. 2nd down and 2 for the Broncos. Handoff. Fishback cuts it back, and he has got the 1st down to the 23-yard line. Pick up about 7. DeMarco Fishback, a converted. He wasn't even an offensive player. He was a defensive player when he was at Lafayette.
Yeah.
Comes over here to Douglas, and he says, hey, you can run a little bit, and he's a star running back.
That's right. Yeah, he's just really good. And they're doing the right thing here now. They're going to let that quarterback hand that ball off.
Yeah, his right shoulder is going to need some probably medical attention when this game's over.
And what's okay, yeah, they're just going to hopefully just hand the ball off here.
Gives it to Fishback. Fishback, and he's all the way down to the 10-yard line. DeMarco Fishback picks up another 15 yards, and he's up around 160 now.
Yeah, what a good-looking backfield. Really good looking backfield. Cameron Jones, I know I've got my son Ben's watching from Hawaii, and he wanted to know what the size is.
He's 6'8", 6'8", 220, Ben.
6'8", 220, and
he's going to Cincinnati.
Yeah, already committed to Cincinnati or signed the letter of intent.
Gives back inside to Fishback, and he's to the 5. Fishback going that is Devin Neal.
That's Devin Neal.
That's Neal, number 5, not Fishback. Getting a breather. Fishback is going to be the first one to greet him and down in the end zone, Coach.
Yep. Yeah, that was a really, really good run. Although I will tell you this, Scott County was just trying to grab the ball. They were trying to pull the ball out of his hands. They didn't look like they were interested in tackling him.
So Devin Neal with the 10-yard touchdown run, and I'll tell you what, pulling out all the stops here tonight, aren't they?
Yeah, they better pull out that quarterback.
Yeah, he's going to need some. He's definitely. Yeah, here's that run again by Devin Neal.
Broke that tackle. Oh, that was just poor defense. The alignment was wrong. Everything. Yeah, I'm Coach McKee. He may be the only one to watch that. Maybe Monty McIntyre. Monty's not going to be happy at all with that tackling. Shout out, Ben said aloha.
Aloha.
So good to
Tell
hear.
him I feel like I'm in Hawaii now because I watched the new Magnum PI.
Do you? I wanted to see that.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go out there and see him here not too long.
I think it's on Monday night. And when Ben has been getting in next week or two?
Right, where hopefully he's flying in from Germany. He's doing some work out there for his job in the Air Force.
Yeah. Well, if he gets in, we'll get him on the air with us.
All right, that'd be great.
26-7, 3 minutes and 26 seconds to go here in the ball game. And William Warfield.
Hey, Gary, I just wanted to give a shout-out. We got a new orthodontist on our network, Kentucky orthodontist, Dr. Durbin, Morris, and Gardner. Great people. Check them out, and you'll be glad that you went over there and see them.
Cameron Jones, and he throws the two-point conversion to Michael Lowe, and it's good. So Michael Lowe catches it in the end zone, just in the end zone. It's 28-7, Douglas by 21, 3:26 to go in the ball game. We'll be back here to the farm at Douglas High School on PrepSpin.com.
Some things never change. Like the sound of pads crushing against the equipment, the feel of cleats on fresh-cut grass, or the deep rest from a full practice. Another thing that never changes, the feeling of relief when the whistle blows for break. And the savory snack to go along with it. This is a moment to remember. This is a Minkey moment.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
Here comes the kick by Ligeb, Ryan Ligeb, and it's kicked down the middle field, and we're going to have offsides. And, of course, if you want to know our schedule coming up, next Friday we'll be over at Lexington Catholic for the showdown with Boyle County, the Rebels and the Knights. That'll be at 7:30 here on PrepSpin. And in 2 weeks, Coach, in 2 weeks, it'll be West Jessamine and East Jessamine.
That's good, really good game. We really like that.
I understand you're flying in on a helicopter to deliver the game ball. Is that right?
I'll do it. I'll jump out of a parachute as long as I can work PrepSpin. That's all.
So that's coming up here on PrepSpin. That's our scheduled games. So next Friday night, Boyle County, Lexington Catholic. I believe that's Big Blue Madness night too, the 12th of October.
It's going to be madness at Lexington Catholic, I'll tell you that.
Ligeb kicks a short kick, and this time it will be Barnett picks it up at the 20. Austin to the 25. Barnett to the 33-yard line, run out of bounds over there in the Scott County bench area.
Another good return.
3:20 to go. It's 28-7, and Douglas by 21. And Scott County, not much of a passing team, really. Caden McKee, 1 of 5 tonight, 16 yards. So it's really hard when you're down by 3 scores, Coach, to do anything when you're down by 21 to a good football team like Douglas.
Right, and in that offense, it's pretty tough for them to spread the field and throw. You know, most teams are spread teams. They get in a deep quarterback formation, but he's under center always in this wing tee.
Motion by Jones. Give back inside to Brown. About a yard maybe.
Yeah, they're just a really good job of stuffing it there. Number 7, David Arnold, coming in there and making that stop.
Peyton Brown, the ball carrier, he got a yard. And looking at the leading rushers, DeMarco Fishback, 22 carries, 167 yards and a touchdown. Austin Barnett has 27 carries, 116 yards and a score for the Cardinals.
That's pretty good. Both guys showed up, didn't they?
Gives to Jones around the left side. Jones sweeping up. He's still going to midfield and upended there.
Nice tackle.
Upended.
Yeah, that was a really nice job. I thought, I was sitting here, honestly, nobody can see this, but I thought a grizzly bear just attacked me from behind. One of the coaches came back, coming down the stairs all excited, Freddie Douglas coaches. He kind of grabbed me there real quick, scared me.
Well, you know, the thing about it is they're not only going to beat Scott County, who's kind of held the the bar for this area for a long time as far as beating the city schools of Lexington, and Coach McKee's always had this us against the world mentality, and but Henry Clay got him pretty good last week, and now Douglas is going to beat him tonight, so Lexington schools kind of flexing their muscles a little bit. McKee gives to the second man through, and that's going to be Kyle Jackson, I believe. Yep. Kyle Jackson.
Got this text from Ben from Hawaii. He said, as a side note, I know I'm going to get stopped by TSA because of all the Minkey beef jerky I plan on bringing back to Hawaii from Lexington.
Yeah, Minkey beef jerky, our title sponsor here on PrepSpin.
Hey, man, we'll send you some. We'll make sure we ship you some.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I talked to Curtis Mackley today. I said, I want you to send me some beef jerky too. And so I love that stuff. Handoff right side, Brown hit, hemmed in, knocked down behind the line of scrimmages. That's Bronson Brown.
Yeah, 51 for Freddie Douglas. Trey Scott. Trelon Scott came in and made first contact, but kind of missed the tackle. But.
We're down to a minute 50 to go here in this ball game, Coach, and Douglas.
Impressive.
Yeah, very impressive.
Very impressive. Excellent football team all the way around. Like I said, very balanced football team.
Held this really good offense to 7 points so far. 3rd down and 7 at the 45 of Douglas for Scott County. Toss around to Bronson to Brown. He to the 40, down to the 35, and all the way down to the 31-yard line. They keep the clock running. Said he was in bounds. And that was a good run there by Bronson Brown.
Nice job getting some yardage back, trying to get some pride in the game. So, like I said, they're getting outside just fine. It's just that inside stuff that was good early is having trouble with that right now.
So they mark it at the 31-yard line. Scott County. Back over to Jones. Jones cuts it back inside. He's tackled at about the 28-yard line. We're approaching. I don't think he got out of bounds, Coach. No. They're keeping that clock running down to a minute now, and Douglas is up 28-7 we have 55 seconds and counting here from Douglas High School, the Farm.
Tyler Salmons for Scott County, a little shaken up on that, but he stays in the game.
44 seconds. Douglas up by 3 scores. McKee back to pass. Rolls to the right. McKee's going to tuck it, and he's going to get out of bounds at about the 20-yard line with 27 seconds to go in the ball game.
There's a lot of pressure coming from his left side. He's left-handed, and he just couldn't get that ball off. He just couldn't release it.
He's walking. He's running a little gimpy. You know, I think he was something happened last week in the Henry Clay game. He got injured a little bit, but not sure what kind of injury it was. But he's a gamer, isn't he? I mean, he's come in there and done a good job.
His whole family's gamers. I'm telling you. His brothers, wow.
He's one that was having a little trouble getting in the press box a while ago, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Wasn't that Clay?
Yeah.
We unlocked the door for him. 27 seconds. Let's see what the going to be encroachment by Scott County.
Yeah. Montego Jones moved a little bit early. So this has been a really good football game up to this point. I think Freddie Douglas' speed just got to Scott County. Scott County's motive operandi of driving the football, when they get behind, they're kind of in trouble.
Yep. Quick toss out to Jones to the 20.
Look at that block.
Jones dancing, 15, and they're going to try to keep him in bounds, but he gets to the 15-yard line. 19 seconds to go in the game. That was a good job by Jones to get outside, get out of bounds.
Yeah, Michael King blocked 2 people on that play. He's the big offensive tackle, pulled out around the end and blocked 2 different people.
I counted tonight, Coach. I think I'm seeing about 6 Division I players on this field for Douglas and Scott County.
I believe you're right.
A lot of talent out there.
A lot of talent.
Second down.
A lot of size, too, Gary.
A lot of size. 19 seconds. Give to Jones. He's hit and knocked down in the backfield at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that was it. Frederick Jewell.
Yeah, quick timeout by Scott County with 14 seconds. 28-7. And Douglas on top. Gary Ball with Mike Meehan. William Warfield, the king of stream, here on PrepSpin.com. And Joe Allen, Jack Haynes. Got all the crew here tonight, don't we?
Got them all.
These guys are all gamers, aren't they? William makes the video look so good, and we try to add a little spice with the call of the game.
Yeah, and those cameramen, they don't mess around either. Man.
They have a lot of spice to it also.
Yeah. Big Joe, he's up on top.
Yeah, he is. So it'll be third down when we come back with 14 seconds. This or the next play will be the last play. Thanks for listening tonight and watching the video stream on PrepSpin. I'll tell you what, we've got the monitor right here in the press box. And if you're looking at that same video stream that we are, which we know you are if you're watching, that's beautiful.
It is. It's really
1080p.
Really nice. Really nice.
High definition. Scott County, third down. For McKee, 14 seconds to go in this football game. Back to pass, throws it down the right side, and it's going to be incomplete as he was trying to go to Micah McClave.
Yeah, Micah just got slowed down a little bit. He couldn't seem to break away from that.
9.9 seconds, so are they going to go for a field goal maybe?
Why not? I mean, you might as well practice. It might help you later.
So Giese in with the field goal. They're going to place it down at the 27, so it'll be a 37-yard field goal.
I hope he makes it. I really like these field goal kickers.
Whitecap calls timeout for some reason.
Yeah, what's the deal?
Got 9.9 seconds. So Giese.
The music people there, the DJ up here is trying to play the music, and he never knows when to start it and stop it.
Out of the hold of Peyton Brown. Giese with a 37-yard attempt, and it is going to be good. Just got it in.
Nice kick.
So he got it through, and it's 28-10. Douglas on top with 7.9 seconds to go here in this football game. We'll be back in 30. Yeah, let's take a look at it again. Just got over.
Just got over. Good film. Good job.
Yeah, just got over. I think we might have had another Sports Center top 10 tonight with that run by Fishback when he jumped over the player from Scott County. Not a good way for Scott County's defender making Sports Center. But remember we had that Sports Center a couple weeks ago with John Martin Sims, the great defensive back at Lexington Catholic, who made that on the old tip drill.
That was
tipped it twice, and then Sims picked it off.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite plays of all time. A volleyball tip is what it was.
Right. So it'll be a kickoff here by Scott County, 7.9. So Douglas is going to win 28-10 over the Cardinals of Scott County. Go to 8-0 in the season. A little concern on my part about the right shoulder, but they got a couple weeks to get that fixed.
Thank goodness, yeah. They got
a bye week next week. Cameron Jones.
He doesn't need to be running the ball like that too.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he was even running the ball. I'd have handed it off. Here's the kick, and it's taken by Douglas. Goes down to one knee.
Smart.
5.7. They'll just do the victory formation, and Douglas. That was Bybee, I believe, Coach, back there. Yeah, it was Jalen Bybee who took that kick in, went down to one knee.
So I don't know if this is correct. Did Taylor County play East Jessamine tonight? Yeah, Jaguars 34-0 over the East. East Jessamine High Jaguars 34.
So East Jessamine won?
0, yeah,
over
34-0.
So they're coming.
No, Taylor County.
Taylor County, okay. Yeah, victory formation. Jones will take a snap, go down on one knee, and that should do it as the clock will run out. And Douglas knocks off Scott County 28-10, and Douglas goes to 8-0 in the season, and Scott County drops to 5-3. And great ball game all around for Douglas. They had a couple of opportunities there in the second half where they couldn't cash in and score, but they did have when they needed a big play, Coach, Cameron Jones hooked up with Hayden Hunt for a long touchdown pass, and that was the difference in the game.
Right, and those opportunities they had that they didn't score, we could credit the Scott County defense for those, just stopping them. But you're right, the big play, when you've got Cameron Jones, when you've got Fishback, and you have these other guys, they're a very well-balanced team offensively and defensively.
Scott County, they fall to 5-3, Coach. They lose to Henry Clay 51-27. They lose to the Douglas Broncos 28-10. So what does Scott County need to do?
Well, it depends on their schedule. I mean, the rest of this season, it's going to be important that they get back in the swing of things. They've got to develop a little bit of a passing game to go along with that running game that they have. If they get behind, and he knows that, Coach McKee knows this, if he gets behind, he's in a little bit of trouble. So they've got to come up with something.
So they lose tonight 28-10. We'll step out. We'll take a break, come back, and we'll give you some stats here on early ending to this game. It's not quite 10 o'clock. It is right at 10 o'clock. So 28-10, Douglas. We'll be back with some statistics and wrap things up here at the Minkey Beef Jerky High School Football Game of the Week.
I used my credit cards over the holidays, and I thought I could make it work. But between the bills and everything else, I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. You can have a brighter future away from debt.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. In Lexington and now in London.
Did you know, in addition to education assistance, UPS now provides housing for qualified employees through the UPS Kentucky Living Options and Opportunities Path, also known as UPS Kentucky Loop. You can work part-time in Louisville, go to school at Jefferson Community and Technical College, and receive housing for up to 2 years. Earn a degree or learn a trade. It's up to you. Loop benefits are available to those who live outside the Louisville metro area, whether you're just starting college or going back to school. It's time to get in the loop. For more information, visit upsjobs.com. That's upsjobs.com.
Neighbor.
Back here at the farm at Douglas High School where the Broncos stay undefeated 8-0. They knock off Scott County 28-10. Looking at some final numbers from this game. First down, Scott County actually had more of those, 20-16, leading Douglas in that department. They had a total of 283 rushing yards to 180 for Douglas. Passing yards, 193 for Douglas, and 16 passing yards for Scott County. Possession, listen to this, Coach. That's why possession doesn't really tell you. It's a 28-10 win for Douglas, and yet Scott County had the ball 30 minutes, 44 seconds to 17 minutes and 6. They almost doubled up on the time of possession.
Yeah, that's our offense. That's the way they work. I mean, that's just it is. But Frederick Douglass made their possessions count.
Right.
That's why they scored.
Penalties 8 times, 8 penalties for 46 yards for Douglas, 6 penalties, 49 yards for Scott County. Douglas did not punt the ball tonight, Coach. No punts.
No punts at all. No.
Scott County, Austin Barnett, another great game. 27 carries, 116 yards for the sensational back, a touchdown. Bronson Brown, 14 carries, 95 yards. Montego Jones, 7 carries, 60 yards. Caden McKee, 5 carries, 5 yards. Receiving, Micah McGlave had 1 catch for 16 yards. Frederick Douglass, DeMarco Fishback, 22 carries, 167 yards, Coach, and a touchdown for the Broncos.
That's crazy. I tell you, that's probably close to his average, too.
Devin Neal had 2 carries, 11 yards. Did have that big 5-yard touchdown run. It was impressive. Cameron Jones, 4 carries and 3 yards. DeKale Crowdis, 5 catches, 59 yards and a touchdown. DeMarco Fishback, 2 catches for 30 yards. Micah Lowe, 2 catches, 27. Hayden Hunt, the only catch he made tonight, Coach, was a 77-yard touchdown.
Yeah,
pretty productive.
Yeah, that's a good night. We'll take that.
That's the final stats from the game. The final score, 28-10. The Broncos and Coach will be back at it next Friday night over at Lexington Catholic. It'll be Boyle County and Lexington Catholic. That'll be another good one over there at the home of the Knights.
I'm really looking forward to that. You know, people use this expression a lot. They don't like each other.
No.
And this is true, I think, this expression. Now, they're going to be civil, but they're going to hit each other.
Yeah, we're going to see those great receivers, Snur and guys like that for Lexington Catholic, and that great quarterback, Bo Allen, against another great player in that Reese Smith kid of Boyle County. He is sensational.
Oh, yeah. People, you gotta get on PrepSpin. Frederick Douglass, your guys, you're off next week. Get on PrepSpin and watch that game. Watch these 2 players.
Check it out. William Warfield, the King of Stream, does a fabulous job. For the entire crew, we want to thank Joe Allen for the videography up top, on top the press box. That's where he was. He was highly touted tonight. And Jack Haynes down on the field giving us all those great field shots. Thanks to all those guys. They make it look good. For my color guy, Michael Meehan, the best in the business, this is Gary Ball from Douglas High School. The Broncos 28, Scott County Cardinals 10. Till next week, Lex Cath and Boyle County. Have a great weekend, everybody.